Put it behind the net to Stephen Lawrence. Lawrence got it far side. That's a shot by Harrington from the angle that went wide and ricocheted off the corner boards and went all the way back into San Jose territory. Ferraro knows the hit is coming. Chipped along the boards now by the backhand play from Harrington. He moves in front of his own net as here comes Gadjevich moving left to right. Gadjevich makes the move at the blue line, and he realized that Barabanov was going in, so he tried to dump it, but unfortunately it's an offside against San Jose with 5:51 gone by in a scoreless and pretty exciting first period.
Everything right there for Scott Harrington down the left side hash mark, Dan, in the offensive zone. Gets the pass from behind the goal line and behind the net from the forward. He got right where he needs to be to slide down that left side as a defenseman to join the activity in the offensive zone. He misses the net. That puck, just get on that. You don't need to score there, but create a rebound situation for your forwards.
Face-off drop just outside the Sharks' blue line. No score first period. Flyers win that face-off, and they tip one ahead. It's into the offensive zone for Cates. He's out there with Konechny and Farabee, and they move into forecheck into the Sharks zone. Barabanov taking it away from Cates, but on the point, a shot on net there from Nick Seeler, and an alert save made by Kaapo Kähkönen, who's been working really hard in practice the last couple of days, and it looks like he's pretty sharp to start this contest. 6 minutes and 8 seconds gone by in period number 1. We've got a break in the action with the score: the Sharks nothing, the Flyers nothing. This is the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
The Hilton San Jose is the preferred hotel of the San Jose Sharks and SAP Center in San Jose. Experience something new. Close to home or from across the world, the Hilton San Jose is there for you with memorable offers and experiences. Enjoy the brand new guest rooms with luxurious Waldorf Astoria beds and upgraded amenities. We're committed to creating a safe and relaxing experience, including delivering an even cleaner stay from check-in to check-out. Visit sanjose.hilton.com now to make your reservation. We are Hilton. We are hospitality.
When you hear coordinated care, what do you imagine? Nurses going viral for their dance routine? Not here. At Kaiser Permanente, coordinated care has nothing to do with dancing and everything to do with quality and convenience. With Kaiser Permanente, you don't have to worry about getting your records sent from place to place because our electronic medical records seamlessly connect all of your doctors, nurses, and specialists. It's so easy, you might do your happy dance. Kaiser Permanente. Tomorrow's healthcare today. Learn more at kp.org/thrive. When you hear coordinated care, what do you imagine?
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Welcome back to SAP Center at San Jose. No score first period. Big face-off coming up deep in San Jose ice to the right side of Kaapo Kähkönen. I'm just talking about Erik Karlsson on pace for a 110-point season. You know how many guys have scored 110 points or more as a defenseman in the NHL? Well, it's happened 9 times, but only 2 players.
Yeah.
Paul Coffey and Bobby Orr. That's it.
First I was thinking about right there is like those got to be the 2 names that are there the most.
You know the last time a defenseman scored 100 points? The first year of the Sharks. Here comes Konechny moving in, throwing it to the right. That's a big save by Kaapo Kähkönen. Diving off to his left and stopping a one-time opportunity that was set up by Travis Konechny right out in front of the goal for Anthony DeAngelo.
Well, another turnover from this line, Dan, and all 3 forwards got caught down deep. Ferraro stepped in. Now it's an outnumbered situation, 2-on-1. Harrington actually plays it very well, got a little piece of it. He was the 2-on-1 defenseman back, the only guy back. And as it came across from Konechny, he got a little piece of it to slow it down enough for the goaltender to make that recovery stop there. But another nice stop from Kähkönen.
Off the face-off, here come the Sharks, breaking out of their own zone, led there by LeBanc, carried into the offensive end and shoots one around the boards. Nieto works it free with Hertl, but that's a good defensive play on the far side of the ice there by the man on the right wing side, Owen Tippett, who now skates for the puck, bodies up Hertl, comes up with a battle win, and gets possession in the offensive zone for Philadelphia. He winds it around the near boards and gets the puck back, sends back to the point. Little return feed to the right side. There's a shot from the left point. That's right on. A good stop there by netminder Kaapo Kähkönen. That was off of the stick of the man Morgan Frost from about 62 feet out.
All right, now Philadelphia is on their toes a little bit more the last couple minutes than the Sharks, and just not enough tenaciousness and be harder in battles in the offensive zone to keep the puck down in the offensive zone. They're breaking the puck out too easily right now because the Sharks aren't battling enough.
You got to be harder in the battles. That was our Toyota key number 1 tonight. And so far, the Flyers have been the harder club. But let's see what happens as this game develops. Sharks have had a couple of good chances, too. No score, first period. Puck is off of the stick. Now Sturm negotiates it forward. Bonino dropped it back, and here comes Carlson. Backhand pass on the right. Bonino across the line. Wanted to put it to the middle to Carlson, but he got knocked down, and Svechnikov didn't arrive on the scene in time, so the Flyers will break it out. Down the right side, they come into the offensive zone. There's an angle shot, the right wing side, right on net by Rasmus Ristolainen. It's sticked aside by goaltender Kaapo Kähkönen.
Svechnikov can't just do that. I mean, basically his back to the play, just throws it off the boards to nobody there. That's going to have, he's got to turn his body. Somebody has to communicate with him to let him know he's got time to turn.
A bouncer there by Nico Sturm gets into the offensive zone, and the Flyers don't waste time, but they give it away. Here's Sturm shooting it in front. Quick save, another save off of Gadjevich. One tip by Gadjevich, one backhand shot by Gadjevich, and Ersan comes up huge for Philadelphia to keep it 0-0. Work free now. Gadjevich put it back to the point. Here's a shot from the right side. On goal. A save, Ersan, off the stick of Radim Šimek. He whips a backhander across to Vlasic. He hesitated for a second. Didn't shoot the puck. And the result of it is a block, and it's cleared back out by Philadelphia. Taking it at the red line now. It's Šimek bouncing one in. And around the boards it goes. And Barabanov cuts back behind the Philly net. Big hit was coming there. He's just scooted away from that body check from Delorier at the near side. And it's lifted clear now by Philadelphia out to center. But the Philly team is going to start throwing their weight around with this combination of Brown, McEwen, and Delorier. And you could expect that some sparks might be flying in this game before long. On the right side, 0-0 to score. Barabanov gathers at center, spins away from the check there, and throws one into the offensive end. And then gets tangled up with a linesman on the play. Justin Johnson getting in the way, and now scooting out, told out play to continue. Flyers skated out right to left, led by Farabee to the Sharks line. Throws on the right to Cates. He stick handles. He drops it. Nice step up there by Harrington to knock it away. Behind the net, though, a wrap attempt by Cates. Stopped there by Kähkönen. And net pops in the air. We get a whistle, and now we get a little bit more pushing and shoving going on between the Sharks and the Flyers as a couple of knuckle sandwiches and face washes are being issued. But the Sharks standing right up to that, and the linesmen are also stepping in.
Yeah, just a much better couple shifts there by the Sharks, keeping pucks in the offensive zone. A couple of good chances, and Ersan, beautiful couple stops there, Dan, on a couple one-time shots by the Sharks.
Yeah, that one by Gadjevich was a really good scoring chance, but a big save by Ersan, who got that, and then the rebound attempt when he went to the backhand, which was a really good play by Gadjevich.
Really nice play, and nice one-time from Šimek as well.
Face off left side of Kaapo Kähkönen. Shot 7-6 in favor of the Sharks. No score. First period. Morgan Frost gets the draw over to Tippett in the corner. James Van Riemsdyk bodied up there by Ferraro. Sharks chip it to the far boards. Nice little breakout. Lindblom got it to the middle. Now it's picked back up. And here comes Hertl down the right wing side. Jumping on the ice, Matt Nieto along with Hertl. Now in back of the net. Hertl tries in the Flyer zone to center it to LeBanc. Knocked away. LeBanc tips far side. In deep, Carlson to the slot. Hertl shoots. Score! In the left wing corner, and Hertl picks up the goal, his 12th of the season. The Sharks in front, 1-0 with 10:22 left in the first.
To make that pass. Other than Erik Karlsson, he's down on the left side. He's a right defenseman, and he's down on that short side, far side, and he just waits it out. Waits for Hertl to kind of swing all the way to the top of the circles and then start coming right down the slot as he gets the separation from the defender's sticks. Well, in comes the pass at the right moment. One-time shot by Hertl from Karlsson, back of the net, and Karlsson now extends the 10-game assist streak to 11.
Amazing run for Erik Karlsson. That is point number 49 on the season. We are in game number 37. Back to action. Good back check by Nico Sturm. Intercepts a pass that was intended down the wing for Kevin Hayes. Karlsson spins away from the forecheck of Scott Lawton. Weaves, bobs, stick handles back behind his own goal line, and banks it off the boards over to his partner, Jacob Magnet. To Sturm on the left. Rink wide, here comes Karlsson. Rushing up the ice, moving in. Oh, what a rink wide attempt. He saw a guy there in Nick Bonino, and I don't know how he saw him.
Well, he knows everywhere every player is up the ice, and Bonino actually was the guy that I'm going to blame on this play. He's the guy that's going to be open. But you have to be a good receiver of the pass, as we talked about in our open tonight, Dan. And this is a play where he kind of keeps skating, where that play wasn't where he needed to keep skating. He needed to slow down. Get into that position where you can receive it, and he would have had it on the tape, but he kept skating into pressure, and that's why that pass missed him. But what another incredible look there from EK65.
Tremendous vision, skill, and elan from Erik Karlsson. He has an assist on the Tomas Hertl goal to give the Sharks a 1-0 lead. Now we had a stoppage of play, so we're breaking the action. 1-0 Sharks on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
When you've got a killer lineup, anything's possible. This is true for the Sharks, and it's true for Toyota. Our legendary lineup of capable trucks and versatile SUVs is unrivaled. Ready for what's next, up for any challenge, and down to test limits. Get behind the wheel of a Toyota today and start making some waves. Proud partner of the San Jose Sharks. Toyota. Let's go places.
When you hear coordinated care, what do you imagine? Nurses going viral for their dance routine? Not here. At Kaiser Permanente, coordinated care has nothing to do with dancing and everything to do with quality and convenience. With Kaiser Permanente, you don't have to worry about getting your records sent from place to place because our electronic medical records seamlessly connect all of your doctors, nurses, and specialists. It's so easy, you might do your happy dance. Kaiser Permanente. Tomorrow's healthcare today. Learn more at kp.org/thrive.
This broadcast is presented by authority of the San Jose Sharks solely for the private non-commercial use of our radio audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the San Jose Sharks is strictly prohibited.
I'm Dan Rusanowski along with Brett Hedican back here at SAP Center. A goal by Tomas Hertl, his 12th of the season, from Erik Karlsson and Kevin Labanc at 9:38 gives the Sharks the 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers. What a play by Erik Karlsson, but also Erik Karlsson gets another even strength point. Off the face-off, the Flyers shoot and they score. A face-off win gets back to the right point. And Tony DeAngelo back there might have seen it get deflected by Travis Konechny in front. And so this game suddenly is tied 1-1.
Yeah, just a face-off win by the Philadelphia Flyers. And it doesn't take much time for them to let that shot go immediately from the point. DeAngelo and Konechny off that face-off just sticks a stick out and somehow gets a little piece of it and gets by Kakkonen. I'm going to take another look at this play as Konechny's the guy that wins the draw. And he just, as he takes the draw, wins it, he just kind of spins, faces DeAngelo where it's coming, hits his stick, and then finds the far side on the goaltender. So just like that, the Flyers score back.
But here's Meyer leading it in, and an opportunity for Couture. Couldn't quite get the handle on it as he was skating through the slot area. So he winds up back behind the Philly net without really a shot on goal, and the Flyers dodge a major bullet. Frost on the attack now, moves back to the Sharks line. Philly trying to build on that goal, the 16th of the season for Travis Konechny from DeAngelo at 10 minutes and 25 seconds. That ties the game at 1. Back inside the Philly territory, Ivan Provorov on defense, playing tonight with Cam York, a California native who has a lot of promise, one of a number of first-round draft picks that Philadelphia has in their lineup this evening. They dump it into the offensive zone. Provorov checked by former Flyer Oscar Lindblom. It winds up behind the Sharks net. Centered in front by Konechny there, trying to set up Noah Cates, but that's a good job by the Sharks Ferraro to knock it aside. Now he's being checked by Cates, and he managed to slip the puck past him. And on the left wing side, a little flip pass by Gadjevich just missed a breaking man in the middle of the ice in Stephen Lawrence. So it winds up inside the Flyer zone at least, and Philly's defense led by Nick Cedar is back to get control. Cedar has to play the puck a second time. Over to Farabee, backhanded it up, but Kevin Labanc couldn't quite keep the bouncer in. The Sharks grab in the neutral zone and fire it back into Flyer territory. Labanc into forecheck. Line change coming for the Sharks. Nieto jumping on, and now it's Hertl stepping onto the ice. Flyers clear to center. Karlsson lost his footing. Lead pass that was intended for Hertl. Missed his stick, went all the way down. Turned aside by Erson, the goaltender. And now the puck bounces off of the stick of Megna, and the Flyers able to grab it and move it out. Down the left side, Allison. Good to see him back in the game after he got shaken up. Throws it across the Sharks line. Philly sends it across the rink. Sanheim now back on the point. There's a shot by Hayes. That's blocked by a stick, and it went wide. Rebound far corner. Sharks zone. Oh boy, Nieto, bit of a soft pass, but got it out. Hurdle goes to LeBanc down the left, cross the line, drops it there for Hurdle, but stepping up, Kevin Hayes poke checks it free, and he's got it for Philly at center. And he bounces a long one in on net. Why not? Turned aside by Kakinen. Both teams change.
Yeah, pretty good pace. Picking up here now, Dan.
Back of the Flyer blue line. Provorov settles things down. Sends off the left boards. McEwen reaching for it. Goes all the way down the left wing side. It's Šimek getting hit there by the forechecker, Patrick Brown. And now Brown finishes the check on Šimek back behind the San Jose net. And the Sharks will try to grab it on the left wing. Battle win there by Bonino. And he and Svechnikov combine to push it out. But it's basically a turnover as the Flyers intercept. And they move it back to San Jose territory. They throw it back behind the Sharks net. Svechnikov got hit hard behind the play there by Zach McEwen. Here come the Sharks, though, moving the other way. It's Sturm across the line. Eludes a couple of checkers on the right boards. Backhands it in deep. The Sharks are in the forecheck. That's Barabanov working it free. Bonino got high stick. Play continues. He went behind the net. Sent it back to the point, but a shot by Megna will whistle wide. Harrington pinched in from the point on the right wing side. He gets it back as he backskates. Throws one toward the net. That is deflected by a stick. Up over the glass and out of play. We get a stoppage with 6:18 remaining in period number 1.
Nice little play there by Harrington. Again, activating, jumping in the play, Dan, down that right side this time. Earlier it was on the left side. Gets the puck from Barabanov and just kind of creeps out more towards the blue line. Boy, I think he had more time than he thought to get into that slot to let that shot go. He lets it go a little bit too quick, and it gets deflected out of play.
Still no law against throwing it toward the net.
No, I don't mind it, and I think that's one of the things I'd like to see the Sharks do more of is get more shots in at the net, but we'll always take those.
Sharks win the draw. Erik Karlsson double team, loses on the check to DeAngelo. Make that McEwen, and sent back down the ice. Actually, it was DeAngelo near side. Konechny at the near boards, knocked down by Meyer. Little collision in the Sharks' end. Erik Karlsson and Noah Cates ran into each other. Puck is loose, poked out there in front of the net by Karlsson, and it's ripped wide by a man breaking in from the point in Travis Sanheim. Sanheim's back on the left point, holds it in play. Konechny over to the slot. One pass too many there for Philly as Farabee tried to get it back to Konechny, and Konechny throws a hip check at center on Barabanov. And Barabanov is able to knock one down the ice and get it deep. I'm telling you, this kid Travis Konechny makes things happen.
That was a hit. Boy, Barabanov's going to have to know certain players when they're on the ice that they're going to hit and they're going to run over you. And that was Konechny. He's looking for that hit after he got run over by Timo Meier. So let's watch that battle for the rest of the night.
Owen Tippett comes down the left wing side. Big bruiser for forward. Moves into the offensive end. He's being defended there pretty well by Ferraro. And Gadjevich comes back and skates out with speed.
Sorry, Danny. Harder in battles. That's what you want to see. Ferraro does a terrific job there one-on-one defensively.
And Gadjevich does a really good job to get it down in deep. And now he's cycling in the left wing corner. Chips it back there. Stephen Lawrence stick handling up the boards. He moves away from the check. Throws it back to the point man. Here's Ferraro. Doesn't shoot. Tees up and fires. But that got deflected wide because the Flyers had time to get the sticks in the lane. Philadelphia skating it out. That's Morgan Frost. Then they get on the right wing side. James Van Riemsdyk, the veteran, tosses into the Sharks' end. And John Tortorella is putting fresh skaters on the ice for the Flyers. 1-1 the score. 4:40 left in period number 1 here at SAP Center at San Jose. Harrington in his own zone, calmly settling things down here. Get it across. Ferraro got it to center. Hurdle knocks it down. Crisscrosses with LeBanc. Tomas Hurdle has the Sharks goal. Gets checked there by Rasmus Ristolainen of Philly. He chipped it in deep. Now moving in for the hit behind the goal line. That's LeBanc getting the hit done, and now he centers in front. There's a play for Hurdle, and he's wide open. But what a spectacular save short side by Ersson. Sharks keep the pressure on. Here's a shot from a screen by Šimek, and it whistles just wide. Now the puck is tipped over the glass and out of play. We get a break with 4:07 left in the first. Our broadcast is coming to you from SAP Center at San Jose, and this looks like it's going to be an exciting one. The score: the Sharks won, the Flyers won. This is the San Jose Sharks Audio Network. Hurdle poking it.
I'm Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and host of Black Diamonds, a SiriusXM original podcast. Join me right now for a special star-studded Black Tie Gala event, celebrating the legacy of Hall of Famer Buck O'Neil with my friends Dave Stewart, Kenny Lofton, Joe Carter, and Lee Arthur Smith, and many more. Download Black Diamonds right now on the SXM app, available with all of our trials and popular plans or wherever you get your podcasts.
NHL Morning Skate with Gord Selleck and Scott Laughlin.
Colin Campbell, Senior Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations for the National Hockey League.
Passion will never leave the game, and we just try to have fairness and consistency, and we use our experience, and they're not going to agree with us, but we will give them an answer, and yes, we do get lots of calls after these decisions are made.
NHL Morning Skate, weekday morning starting at 7 a.m. Eastern. Sirius XM 91 and the Sirius XM app.
The biggest names in comedy. Check out Just for Laughs Canada on Sirius XM.
My dad, this guy's a lunatic. He ate a fortune cookie with a fortune in it. That's another level of psycho, man. My niece, 11, Layla, witnessed that. Blew her mind. Called me, said the story twice. I go, you already told me this. She goes, yeah, but are you not listening?
Bringing you Canada's best. Just for Laughs Canada on Sirius XM, channel 168.
Tomas Hertl put the Sharks in front by a 1-0 count at 9:38, assisted by Erik Karlsson and Kevin Labanc. But then Travis Konechny, after winning a face-off, deflected a shot by Tony DeAngelo. DeAngelo and Joel Farabee getting the assists on that. And that came at 10:25. And so we're all even, 1-1, in a game that's got a lot of spunk to it so far.
Yeah, been some hits, good pace, action at both ends. Goaltenders have made some good stops here early.
Off the face-off, kept in by Šimek, throws it back behind the Flyers' net. But unfortunately, the Sharks not in there quick enough, and so here comes Philly down the right side. Sanheim gets by Vlasic, moving into the zone, cuts into the corner, centers it out in front with a backhander. Nobody really there to shoot it, but now here's Konechny driving one from the point. Save made Kakkonen, and he couldn't hold on to the rebound. Fortunately, Labanc was able to lift it down the ice, but this is going to be icing against San Jose.
I'm watching right now Kaapo Kakkonen. He's still kind of buckled over in his crease there.
What's going on?
That shot came off of him, though, Dan. That can't get through him. I mean, that puck can't come off his body on that shot. It was one that hit right in the breadbasket, right in the chest. And he's got to find a way to be able to keep that there. That rebound came out. That could have easily gone on a tape of a Philadelphia Flyers. The Sharks were fortunate enough that it landed on the tape of a Shark. It was Labanc who iced it.
Very dangerous play there a moment ago that you were just talking about. Off the faceoff, Flyers win it. Provorov sends it back behind the San Jose net to the corner now near side. And Philly will cycle it. Van Riemsdyk goes into the right corner with it. Checked by Vlasic. Vlasic getting his body position in the way, coming up with the puck, but now Hertl just turned it over. Flyers might have a chance here. Provorov shooting it toward the net. He wanted a deflection from Van Riemsdyk, but the puck went wide. Held in now. Spinning play on the far side of the ice. Centered out in front by Philadelphia, but nobody home to shoot it. Now an angle chance by Tippett goes wide, and it bounces out to center. A couple of close calls there, Brett. That's not good.
No, again, just guys got to eliminate players in the defensive zone. You got a guy one-on-one, hit him, pin him, knock him, break him loose from that puck. Sharks letting guys just get free.
Here comes Svechnikov back on the ice for the Sharks on the right wing. Knocked it forward, but the stick of Erik Karlsson got tied up a little bit there. Pretty good job by Morgan Frost. So the Flyers able to alleviate the pressure and get it out to center. And Coach John Tortorella makes a line change with 2.5 to go in this first period. Oh boy, Karlsson put it off the stick of Delorier, and Delorier actually lost his stick on the play. Sharks break out now. Moving in, it's Nico Stern. Drops it off for the man on the wing. That's Nick Bonino, who spins in the corner. Got it back to Karlsson. That's a good coverage there by McEwen to tip it back out to center for Philly.
Good coverage by McEwen. Terrible play by Bonino, though, Dan. Just soft. He's got to go a lot harder if he's going to make a decisive decision, and that one was just kind of an in-betweener, and it helped nobody.
Well, he who hesitates is lost in this game, and that's exactly what you can't do in a game against the Flyers. 1-1 the score. Here's Delorier moving in. Spins on the right boards, tries to center, intercepted by a stick. Sharks Barabanov throws in the left. Here's Hertl moving in, throwing it to the net. There's Barabanov, but that's off the stick of the goaltender, Ersson, and away from the D. Now in front, Meyer spins in the slot, a shot. I don't know how that didn't go, but it was stopped by Ersson in front and wound up behind the net. A shot by Ferraro that hit the stick of Meyer in the slot. Now Couture fans on it, turns it over as he was trying to go back to Timo. Scott Lawton intercepted it, and he will move it out for Philly. On the right wing side, they get it over to Allison. He moves across the Sharks line and runs into a check, but he gets back to his feet as Harrington's the man down. Sent back across the ice near side by Flyers. Sent over to the far side. In front, there's a tip by Provorov in deep, but it is wide of the Philadelphia offensive goal. Neutral zone play. That's a big hit on Meyer there from just outside the blue line by the Flyers.
That was York, Cam York, defenseman there. That should have been an interference. It was a chip in by Timo Meyer, but right now the whistles have been put in the pocket.
Minute left in the period. Flyers move back in, looking to take the lead, but Vlasic checks it away from Noah Cates as Cates is back on the ice with Konechny and Farabee. It's Sealer on defense, along with Rasmus Ristolainen. The Sharks have Vlasic and Šimek on D, and the Hurdle line jumping on the ice. Tomas skating to the puck, but he gets there a shade late, intercepted by the Flyers' far side. Cates got knocked down by Hurdle, but play continues, and the Flyers cycle back with 33 seconds left in their first period. Flyers throw it across. Ristolainen to Sealer. A lead at center, off the stick of Tippett. He's chasing it now with Megna. Megna got there first, but boy, he absorbed the hit, and the Sharks able to luckily get it out with 18 seconds left in the period. Carlson and Megna cycle back to their own zone. Fed forward off the skate of Svechnikov, but he's ahead of the red line, recovers it, and shoots it in. Stopped behind the net now by Ersson, the goaltender. In forechecking there, Bonino got a piece of the puck, couldn't get it. 4 seconds left in the period, and the Flyers just eating it along the boards in their own zone. Boy, they gave it up at the very end of the period, and an angle shot by Meyer right on net. That was a good stick save. Probably wouldn't have counted, Brett, but good vision there by Timo to get it to the goal.
Heck yeah, that was good forecheck by Timo Meyer and Nico Sturm getting in on there and create that turnover in front of that sharp angle. Even if it's right at the end of the period, why not try to score from a sharp angle? Timo lets a good shot go, and Sharks get 13 shots to the Flyers 9 in that period. And pretty energetic period, Dan.
At the end of one, the score, the San Jose Sharks won and the Philadelphia Flyers won. As Brett just mentioned, the shots 13-9 favoring San Jose. We'll come back with the first intermission check-in from the locker room next on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
When you hear coordinated care, what do you imagine? Nurses going viral for their dance routine? Not here. At Kaiser Permanente, coordinated care has nothing to do with dancing and everything to do with quality and convenience. With Kaiser Permanente, you don't have to worry about getting your records sent from place to place because our electronic medical records seamlessly connect all of your doctors, nurses, and specialists. It's so easy, you might do your happy dance. Kaiser Permanente. Tomorrow's healthcare today. Learn more at kp.org/thrive.
It's the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores. Capital Mazda, Stevens Creek Mazda, Concord Mazda, and Team Mazda. With exceptional holiday incentives on over 400 brand new Mazdas with more models arriving daily. Plus, you can buy your Mazda completely online with our exclusive no-brainer checkout. Don't miss the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores in San Jose, Concord, and Vallejo.
The Sharks believe in innovating to play at their peak, and so does Western Digital. That's why, even after more than 50 years of groundbreaking storage products and technologies, we're most excited about what's next. From gaming platforms to the public cloud, from connected cars to safer cities, from the desktops of Sharks fans to the data centers behind Fortune 500 companies, Western Digital services are fueling a brighter, smarter future. Western Digital, a proud official partner of your San Jose Sharks.
Back at SAP Center at San Jose, we're in the first intermission with the Sharks all even with the Philadelphia Flyers 1-1. Our intermission check-in is brought to you by Cal Hope, a proud partner of San Jose Sharks hockey. Well, Scott Harrington played a pretty solid first period. In fact, did a really good job in stopping a 2-on-1 opportunity by being in position. And right now, he's in position with us in the Sharks locker room with Brett.
Hey, Scotty, thanks so much for your time. Looking at that first period, pretty energetic by both sides. Coming off that last game in Vancouver where things didn't go very well, what did you guys want to really correct here tonight? Look at me, one thing that you guys really wanted to do that you did there in that first period.
Well, I think just be more competitive. I think the last game in the D zone we weren't competitive enough, and it definitely hurt us. So, like you said, both teams playing hard, playing fast. It's a quick game, much quicker than the other night. So it's good. It's a good test for us. They're playing well too. So we'll just have to stick to our game plan.
Well, one of the things I've been noticing with your game defensively is, you've been competing hard. You've been winning battles one-on-one and seem to be looking before you get that pass or that puck to make the pass wherever it needs to go. What are some of the things that's really, giving you some confidence here over the last, you've played 9 consecutive games now for the Sharks?
Yeah, I think you said it. Those are two of the staples of my game that I'm trying to focus on every shift. So, like you said, trying to win every battle in the D zone and then, constantly surveying the ice and knowing where my outlets are before I get the puck and trying to move it as quick and as accurately as I can to our forwards and, get into their hand and get up the ice and support the rush.
Well, getting up the ice and support the rush, exactly. Boy, you had a couple of nice chances in on the offensive zone, once on the left side and once on the right. Is that something that you're trying to implement into your game as well, that offensive side?
Yeah, definitely. I think, as a decor, we all want to chip in when we can, obviously. Eric drives the bus a lot for us back there, but, we're all capable, and, to be successful in this league, you have to contribute collectively. So we can't just rely on him. It's up to all of us to look to contribute whenever we can, and like I said, just try and support the forwards out there as often as possible.
Well, thanks so much, Scotty, for your time. Good luck in the second and the third, and keep up the good work, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Scott Harrington, San Jose Sharks defenseman, nice enough to join us there in this first intermission. And the Sharks intermission check-in has been brought to you by Cal Hope. Check your stress with free mental health support. Visit calhope.org to learn more. Cal Hope is a proud partner of the San Jose Sharks. 1-1 here at SAP Center in San Jose after the first 20 minutes of play against the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll be right back. You're listening to the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
It's a Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores. Capital Mazda, Stevens Creek Mazda, Concord Mazda, and Team Mazda. With exceptional holiday incentives on over 400 brand new Mazdas with more models arriving daily. Plus, you can buy your Mazda completely online with our exclusive no-brainer checkout. Don't miss the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores in San Jose, Concord, and Vallejo.
Here's Gregor again in the slot. Shoot! Star!
Hey, Sharks fans, ready to rock the teal? Coors Light is keeping California chill with prize giveaways like Sharks merch and an LED sign.
Cross the ring shot. Great glove save by James Webb.
Devour every second of the game in style, whether you're on the couch or smack dab in the middle of the Shark Tank. So get your fins on Coors Light and get ready to chill. Visit keepingcachill.com and enter keyword SCORE for your chance to win. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Carlson gets the puck. Shoot! Star!
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Let's take a look at all the out-of-town scores around the NHL. That, of course, brought to you by our good friends at the Hilton San Jose. We are Hilton. We are hospitality. Go to sanjose.hilton.com now and make your reservation. Third period in Denver, Colorado. The Avalanche hanging on to a 4-3 lead over the Los Angeles Kings as Evan Rodriguez, late in the second period, scored his 9th goal of the year to get the Avalanche in front. As for the Kings scores, Gabe Vilardi has his 16th of the year. Philip Dano on the power play, his 11th. And Alex Iafallo, his 6th of the season, also on the power play for L.A. And former Shark Andrew Cogliano has scored his 5th of the season for Colorado, who again lead the Kings 4-3 midway through the third. In Arizona, the Coyotes have had a couple of good games at Mullet Arena this year. And right now they're in a barn burner, tied 3-3 with Toronto in the third period with about 7.5 to play. Bukestad, Chikrin, and Moser, the scorers for the Coyotes. For the Maple Leafs, they have goals from Holmberg, Yarncroke, and Alexander Kerfoot. Red Wings in Buffalo today, taking on the Sabres. And the Sabres seem to have dug out the snow. They win by the score of 6-3 as Middlestat gets 2 goals, his 5th, 6th, and 7th of the season. But how about the kid from St. Paul, Minnesota, Kyle Okposo? A 3-goal hat trick, his 4th, 5th, and 6th of the year. And Brett, as a St. Paul native, I know you notice what those guys are doing, but this has been a big comeback to just health for Kyle Okposo after all those years with the Islanders. He's had a lot of health problems.
Yeah, he has. Just been really banged up this year. And if I'm just looking at Buffalo, 34 points on the season going into this one, so now 36 after this W. I'm just looking where they're going to put themselves. They're still out of a playoff spot, but
they're threatening.
They've been one of the best teams I've seen all year. I'll be honest with you. They're coming on strong. They've got some players really breaking out, and they were a dangerous offensive team that night we saw them in Buffalo.
Well, that was because of Tage Thompson. He's on an absolute tear, but they've got a nice balanced lineup. And how about this? This is a team from Buffalo, New York. They scored 6 goals tonight, and 5 of them were by Minnesota natives. because Casey Middlestad's got the other one. So he had 2. Okposo had 3. And Jeff Skinner was the odd man out.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, it's interesting. They've been putting up a lot of goals. And if you look at 5-on-5 goals or even overall goals for this season, they're right at the top up there with Boston. So that tells you that this team is very capable of scoring lots of goals. And as you see there, 6-3 against Detroit tonight.
Another team that likes to score goals is the Florida Panthers, although they haven't had as much consistency with that this season as they did last year when they won the President's Trophy. But no problem tonight. They end up with a 7-2 home win against the Montreal Canadiens. A 3-goal hat trick for Alexander Barkov, his 7th, 8th, and 9th of the season. Matthew Tkachuk scored his 16th of the year. That was a power play goal. Carter Verhaeghe getting his 18th of the season. And oh yes, Tkachuk got a second goal in that game, so he's got 17 on the year. Rangers in Tampa. The Lightning win it 2-1 in the shootout. Mika Zibanejad scored his 16th of the season for New York, and Braden Point got number 20 for Tampa. Senators in Washington in the Battle of National Capitals, and Ottawa wins in Washington 4-3 in OT. Alex DeBrincat scored in the third period with his 12th of the season, and then he got the overtime winner for the Senators, his 13th at 1:31. A goal for Alex Ovechkin, so he gets one closer to the great one, Wayne Gretzky. It was his 23rd of this season. The Islanders beat the Blue Jackets by the score of 2-1. Matthew Barzal, a power play goal in the second period, proved to be the game winner. St. Louis at home against Chicago. It's been a rough year for the Blackhawks. They had Alex Stalock in the nets tonight, and Patrick Kane scored his 6th goal of the year on the power play, but the Blues win 3-1. Josh Leivo, Callie Rosen, and Brandon Saad were the goal scorers, and Saad looks like he had an empty netter with about 11 seconds to play. In Minnesota, the Wild are up and then they're down. Tonight they were down, losing 4-1 at the hands of the Dallas Stars. Tyler Seguin, his 8th and 9th of the season, leading the way for Big D. And Jamie Benn will pick up his 15th goal of the season, that one on the power play. But I think the goal of the night, Brett, was the 20th tally of the season for Kirill Kaprizov, who was back behind the net when he did it. Maybe you can describe that goal.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a talented player offensively and so fun to watch. I mean, Minnesota has never had a player like Kirill Kaprizov. And Gaborik was a darn good player. Mike Modano back in the day of the Minnesota North Stars before they went to Dallas. Neil Broughton, some of the better players that they've had. But
Ciccarelli.
Dino Ciccarelli, great point. Nobody like Kirill Kaprizov. This guy scores tonight 2 feet behind the goal line. As he's going behind the net, he banks it off the back of the goaltender and in. I mean, it was a beautiful top corner shot off the back of the goaltender. But he does things like this on a nightly basis. His creativity is phenomenal.
But not only was it creative, it shows his preparation, I think, because they must have noticed something in the goaltender in the way that he was positioned in front of the net. And then Kaprizov saw it at top speed and decided to do it. That tells you that he is a real pro.
Well, decided to do it and then executed it.
Incredible.
In that space and in that time that he had from the goal line across where the boards meets, the goal line, gets the puck, strips it, boy, tucks a couple steps in, boy, off the back of the goaltender and in.
And it wasn't against a bad goaltender, Jake Ottinger of the Dallas Stars. So that really was a showcase, even though that would be the only goal that the Wild would get in that 4-1 loss to Dallas. One other game to tell you about, Winnipeg at home tonight against Vancouver. Canucks fresh off their big victory against the Sharks 2 nights ago, but it was all Winnipeg tonight. They win 4-2. Mark Scheifele scored a hat trick, his 21st, 22nd, and 23rd goals of the season. And if I'm not making a mistake, we've had a few hat tricks tonight.
Yeah. A couple goals getting scored by one individual at one period of time.
What do you think about this game the rest of the way? We're going to get an explosion of goals, or is it going to stay tight?
Well, I just want to continue to see what we saw in the defensive zone. I think if we need to win a 2-1 game or a 3-2 game, I'm good with it. One, because Kaapo Kähkönen needs to be able to gain some confidence by keeping the puck out of the net. But it's not going to be just him. It's got to be all 5 guys competing much harder. And Scott Harrington talking about that. That's something that they wanted to do better here tonight, is compete harder in their own zone. They did not compete very hard the other night in Vancouver in their own zone. And that's something that they worked yesterday in practice on, and they implemented it there in that first period. They gave up a couple chances, got a little loose at times, but luckily Capo made a couple stops when they needed it, and they got out of that period 1-1. Now I want to see them improve on that here the next 40.
They've got to build on what they built on and make another floor in that building that they're constructing. Meanwhile, Capo Kakkonen, I think, did a lot for his confidence when he stopped that Konechny breakaway in the first period.
Yeah, turnover, right, just inside the blue line. Those are the ones you hate. I mean, if you're going to be a forward to turn the puck over, they always teach us to drive down as deep as possible. That means beyond the hash mark in the offensive zone. So the hash mark is where the face-off circle is. You can see the little hash marks there. You got to drive it below that. Before you start thinking about curling back or throwing pucks into the middle, Logan Couture comes across the blue line, throws it right away into the middle of the ice. And when those turn over, they come back to kill you. And that's Konechny on the breakaway. And fortunately, the goaltender bailed him out.
Konechny would score the only goal for the Flyers on a tip after he won a faceoff. That was Tony DeAngelo getting the puck to the net at 10:25. And Tomas Hertl has the goal for the Sharks. That came at 9:38 of the first, his 12th of the season, from Erik Karlsson and Kevin Labanc. So Erik Karlsson has assists and points in 11 straight games, and he continues his assault on the entire National Hockey League. There's your out-of-town look at the NHL scoreboard, brought to you by the Hilton San Jose. We are Hilton. We are hospitality. Once again, go to sanjose.hilton.com now and make your reservation. You'll be glad that you did. We'll be back here at SAP Center for more action next on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
When you hear coordinated care, what do you imagine? Nurses going viral for their dance routine? Not here. At Kaiser Permanente, coordinated care has nothing to do with dancing and everything to do with quality and convenience. With Kaiser Permanente, you don't have to worry about getting your records sent from place to place because our electronic medical records seamlessly connect all of your doctors, nurses, and specialists. It's so easy, you might do your happy dance. Kaiser Permanente. Tomorrow's healthcare today. Learn more at kp.org/thrive.
The holidays are here, and so is Toyotathon. Got a brand new Toyota on your wish list this year? Then stop by your local Toyota dealer. There's never been a better time to make the holidays even happier. Secure your delivery and get low 3.49% APR financing on 2022 RAV4, 2022 Highlander, and 2023 Camry. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Excludes RAV4 Prime. Ends 1/3/23.
Let's make 2023 even more special. Happy New Year!
Lizzo Radio comes to Sirius XM.
Lizzo Radio is on.
Aye, aye, aye. Bring in the new year with Lizzo's new limited engagement channel featuring her Sirius XM Small Stage Series performance and more.
Do your hands off, check my lips. Baby, how you feeling? I picked these songs for you.
Beginning New Year's Eve.
Lizzo Radio.
Exclusively on Channel 14 and the SXM app.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio is 24/7 hockey talk.
What a save!
With insider, analysis, and all the breaking news.
This just in, a trade in the NHL.
And the biggest games of the night.
Down low and a chance on the back door. Ovechkin scores!
Here comes McDavid. Backhand. Score! Number 99, Wayne Gretzky, is on the line with us.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91. And on demand with the SXM app.
Identification on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
The best hockey lives here.
Back to Rick. Foresight shot.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Ursanowski along with Brett Hedican. Teams back on the ice. We have a 1-1 score at the end of one period of play. San Jose getting the goal at 9:38 to take the 1-0 lead. Tomas Hertl's 12th from Erik Karlsson and Kevin Labanc. And then Travis Konechny scored his 16th of the season, assisted by Tony DeAngelo. That was after a Konechny face-off win. And the time of that goal was 10 minutes and 25 seconds. They initially gave an assist to Joel Farabee, but they took that one away. So in the first period, Erik Karlsson continues his onslaught. He played 7:19 in the first and ended up with that one assist that gives him a point in 11 consecutive games, which is one off the Sharks' all-time record shared by a combination of Jonathan Cheechoo and Rob Goodrow. Remember Rob Goodrow scored the first hat trick in Sharks history? All kinds of great history coming your way at SAP Center each and every game. And you want to make sure that you're tuned in all season long. We're on the air 24 hours a day on the Sharks Audio Network. You can find us on the Sharks Plus SAP Center app presented by Western Digital. And you can also find us at sjsharks.com/listen. And, of course, on our many list of radio network terrestrial stations in Northern California. Goaltender Kaapo Kähkönen made that big save on Travis Konechny on the breakaway in the first. He takes the Nets to our right to start the second period. Teams are 5 skaters aside in this 1-1 tie. And we've got the draw about to occur. Couture, Meyer, Barabanov up front for San Jose with Megna and Carlson. And the Flyers starting out with the Noah Cates line. And it's Cates, Konechny, and Joel Farabee. Back on defense, it's Tony DeAngelo and Travis Sanheim. Action begins with the face-off. Scramble for it in the neutral zone. Sharks have it on the left. Meyer gains the zone, whips it rink wide. It's going in the direction of Barabanov, but Cates gets a little piece of that with his stick, slows it down, does not allow Barabanov to make the play. Meyer came across the ice to apply the defensive pressure, but the Flyers break out. Konechny realizes Sanheim's ahead of the play, so he stopped short of the zone entry. He got bumped a little bit there by Meyer, and he didn't like it.
He took another double take on Timo Meyer. That's one we're going to watch all night long. It started in the first period, those two going at each other, and Konechny's not going to back down. I love the fact that Timo Meyer continues to go at him, though. There's a guy you can get under his skin.
Down the right side comes Frost across the Sharks line, throwing it toward the slot. Nobody home to deflect it, and that just sort of ricocheted off the boards and popped back to center ice. Cam York, born in Anaheim Hills, and then raised in Minnesota at Shattuck St. Mary's. Throws it ahead, and the Flyers dump in. He's a first-round draft pick of this Flyers team, and they have a lot of hopes for his future. He was part of the gold medal team for the United States in the World Juniors in 2021, and he is beginning his 3rd year in the NHL, all with Philadelphia. He dropped it back to another set of D coming back onto the ice. Philly, nice swift breakout, gets it up the left wing side. Tipped forward there by Scott Lawton into the offensive zone. And Allison goes in there to forecheck, along with Kevin Hayes, who's playing left wing tonight. Hayes poked it free. Now Allison behind the net makes the move on Vlasic. Throws it toward the slot. Kind of a weak pass. Good defense there. And the Sharks able to intercept and lift one out. Now Sturm is giving chase, and he tries to beat the icing. He thought he beat the icing, and the linesman said no, and Sturm can't believe it.
It's not if he won the battle or won the race. He did win the battle. That puck was chipped in the right side, and now I think they're going to face this off at center ice. They should. I mean, Sturm clearly won the race, got there.
They're not going to.
That's unbelievable. Now, if something happens off this face-off and they were to score a goal here,
David Quinn's
absolutely controversial.
Well, we'll see. Nick Bonino's going to take this draw. He goes right-handed to step into the circle, which he often does. Turns his right hand around backwards. He's going to try to draw that puck back with his left-handed stick, but all of that effort does not work. Cates wins it for Philly, and he gets the puck in the slot, but Bonino blocks that shot, and the Sharks able to just chip it back to center, courtesy of Yevgeny Svechnikov. Flyers throw it back in. 1-1 the score early in the second. Just about 2 minutes and change gone by. It's now in the neutral zone. A back skating York will gather the puck. Takes a look on the right. Konechny whips it rink wide. There's a pass onto the wing there. That's Provorov that got hit pretty hard by Šimek, and he topples to the ice. San Jose trying to get it back. Sturm knocked it off to the right. Here comes Bonino on the right wing side. He got to the blue line, dumps in, and goes for the change. And that's a turnover of possession.
3-on-2. Bonino again not making the right play here, Dan. It's just somehow you got to find a little more gas in the tank when you got an outnumbered situation. You're attacking the blue line, and you got 3 against 2. And yeah, they had a guy kind of getting back there, but the only reason why the guy was getting back was because he didn't attack the blue line with any kind of power.
You almost have to do it when you're in that situation. You know you're tired, but you have to basically make the play as if your life depended on it.
That was it. And he's got to find a way to gather a little more gas in the tank there to make a play. And you can see the assistant coach right now talking to them on the bench, exactly what Brian Wiseman's trying to instruct Bonino.
Yeah, he's leaned over and chatting it up with him right now. Is off the face-off. Gadjevich back on the ice along with Lawrence. And on the right wing side, we've got Lindblom, former Flyer. They send it into the offensive end, but it goes through the skates of Lindblom. Kept in far side of the ice for a second there by Carlson, but then he got stripped to the puck. 3-man attack for Philly, breaking to the Sharks line. It's Tippett shooting it. Save made there by Kaapo Kähkönen. There were people there for the Flyers. He allowed no rebound and held on.
No rebound. I think earlier in the game, he got that rebound that spit off of him on a simple shot that hit him in the breadbasket there in the chest. And that one did the same thing, but he captured it. No rebound. There was a 3-on-2 outnumbered situation. So good time to get that whistle and no rebound to be spit out.
Frost out there with Tippett and with Van Riemsdyk for Philadelphia going up against Couture's line for San Jose. Face off left side of the goaltender, Kaapo Kähkönen. And Frost gets thrown out of the circle, so Owen Tippett will step in, and Logan Couture won the draw, bounced back behind the net with a lot of velocity. Sharks couldn't get it. Flyers send right to the net from the point. That was Sealer who got it to the goal. Kähkönen stopped it. There was a man in front of the net, but Kaapo calmly fell on it and held on.
That was a dangerous situation. Smart play by Sealer, though, Dan, that left defenseman for the Flyers. That puck gets wrapped around the boards, and I love this. That I wish more defensemen from the Sharks would do this, particularly a guy like Ferraro, who gets a lot of opportunities to get pucks to the net quickly, and he doesn't. That was Sealer, got the puck, released it quick to the net, and guess what? The rebound was there for their forward standing there, and Carlson was the one that picked up his stick, which allowed Kaapo Kähkönen to grab that for the whistle.
Frost beats Couture to the draw, now skating in the left corner. It's the Flyers. Tippett moving back behind the San Jose net, loses on the check there to Megna. He bumps him back, but the Sharks have possession, and here comes Carlson to center. Across the line, weaves to his right, throws to the middle. Here's Meyer going to the backhand, throws in front. There's Barabanov. He couldn't get the stick on it. A shot by Megna from the left circle. Stick save made there by Ersson. Kept in now by the Sharks on the rebound. Barabanov hit hard there by Frost, but he grinds it free, holds the puck, finally loses on the stick check, and Megna came over, and oh boy, that could have been a dangerous chance, but he gets back after not keeping it in, and the Sharks are back in their own zone of control.
Now Barabanov just had to move his feet, Dan, inside that corner there. He had the play won. He won the race, won the battle, and then he just stopped moving his feet. That's one of my keys here tonight. Pass or move your feet, and he gets tracked down from behind. That puck turns over.
Patrick Brown moves into the Sharks' offensive zone for Philly, turns off a check, bounces it behind the San Jose net around the near boards. LeBanc lost the battle there at the near side boards there to Cam York, and the Flyers throw it around the Sharks' zone to try to keep the pressure going. Sent behind the San Jose net. Provorov's in deep, but that's a battle win. Ferraro gets hit hard, but sends up the boards. LeBanc gets upended near side by Zach McEwen, but his pass came across the rink, and Harrington looks to the right and finds Hurdle. Across lead pass. Now it's a Nieto shot. That is a block by Cam York, knocked away, and the Flyers poke it out.
Well, good recovery. Two guys got hammered in the defensive zone, but Harrington jumps in the play, kicks it out to the right. Good pass there to Nieto for that chance, Dan. Just got blocked.
In the neutral zone, it's Svechnikov twisting, moving it to the left wing boards across the line. Soft chip behind the net. That was intended for Sturm, but it's off a stick. Svechnikov reaching for it, can't get it. Šimek reverses it with a backhander. It comes around the boards behind the Philadelphia net, but it's off of the stick of Svechnikov. He's got to stay disciplined there on the blue line. Instead, the other way. Flyers move in with Allison, protecting the puck as he gains the zone. Backhands to the point, just on Ristolainen. The shot blocked by a stick. Rebound picked back up. Vlasic just turned it over, and in the near corner boards, Lawton picks up behind the net. Good hit by Šimek, puts Allison right in. But Allison's a tough customer. He comes up with the puck, lost his helmet. He's got to go back to the bench, and he's looking at the ref with a lot of glare as he makes his way back to the Philly bench, and the Sharks will escape.
Finally, Bonino on a 3-on-2 situation tried to make a play here. Danny throws it on the backhand, gets turned over, but nonetheless, I applaud him for the effort.
There's a play by Konechny to the middle of the ice for Philadelphia after that Bonino attempt. It's knocked down. Lindblom intercepts. A Flyer for 5 years. Oscar Lindblom shoots one in. Lawrence in forechecking. Going in for the hit there on Nick Sealer. It puck skitters free into the corner. Lindblom in there with Gadjevich. That's Rasmus Ristolainen using his experience to hold on to it, spin it around, and the Flyers poke it up the boards, but it winds up getting deflected out of play. 14:08 left in the second period. We've got a 1-1 tie, and how about the big scoreboard? They got Rocky Thompson up there. This is a Sharks associate coach in the 2021 season. And you know what? We never met him.
No, we never
did the whole season on the air, but we never got a chance to see him because that was the COVID year.
That was COVID, and didn't he didn't get the shot?
So, yeah, he did not get vaccinated. He had a medical condition that did not allow, so he stepped aside. But now he's back, and he's in the NHL.
And so, yeah, he never even, I don't even know if was he ever even behind the bench? That whole year, I don't think he was.
I think he was upstairs. Might have been downstairs for a few games, but we had no access to the players back then.
Incredible. We never had a chance to even meet him.
Here comes Timo Meier back into the offensive zone. Right wing side for the Sharks. He takes a look, spins a backhander around near side. Erik Karlsson was in deep, and he tried to snap it to the slot where Couture was waiting. That's a good play by Morgan Frost to take it away. And Frost skates into the Shark zone. Here's a chance for Philly. That's DeAngelo in deep, trying to poke at it. Lost it. DeAngelo could get caught off ice if he doesn't get back. Here's Meyer moving right to left. Weaves past some traffic. Crosses the line on right wing. Throws to the net. That's a save made by Urson. And that was a nice deceptive move there by Meyer to kind of not look at the goaltender and then take the shot to the net. Oh boy, tough break there. Sharks had a chance. Breaking to the goal was Hurdle, but LeBanc's pass didn't get there. Instead, Philadelphia skates it up ice, and it's Delorier coming in for the big hit, at least trying to do that. But the Sharks, Ferraro able to chip it around and poked out to center. Uh-oh, we got a penalty coming up here. There's a play come down the near boards. Nieto kind of run into it the near side by York. And we have a whistle, and it looks like the Flyers are going to take a penalty. We'll get the call when we come back. 1-1 the score. This is the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
I'm Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and host of Black Diamonds, a SiriusXM original podcast. Join me right now for a special star-studded Black Tie Gala event celebrating the legacy of Hall of Famer Buck O'Neil with my friends Dave Stewart, Kenny Loggins, Joe Carter, and Lee Arthur Smith, and many more. Download Black Diamonds right now on the SXM app, available with all of our trials and popular plans or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Point.
I think Preds fans are right. We're sick and tired of being good enough to be not good enough. At some point, you have to acknowledge the model isn't working, and you have to find a way to get elite scoring talent if you want to go best on best in the playoffs. Roman Yossi's a really admirable dude, but after 25 years, a defenseman just can't be your leading scorer. Cannot.
The Point with Boomer Gordon. Weekdays 1 p.m. Eastern. NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91 and the SiriusXM app.
Tom Money here from SiriusXM FC, and if you love soccer and you love banter, you need to check out Grumpy Pundits.
I accept your opinion, even though it's wrong.
We have a pair of legends in Rodney Marsh and Tommy Smith.
Did you ever hear such bull in your life?
And the three of us wind each other up whilst debating the biggest stories from the Premier League and beyond.
You're getting so grumpy. Did you ever hear the name of this show?
Grumpy Pundits, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app, free for most subscribers.
The biggest names in comedy. Check out Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM.
My dad, this guy's a lunatic. He ate a fortune cookie with a fortune in it. That's another level of psycho, man. My niece, 11, Layla, witnessed that. Blew her mind. Called me, said the story twice. I go, you already told me this. She goes, yeah, but are you not listening?
Bringing you Canada's best. Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM Channel 168.
Power play for the San Jose Sharks as Cam York goes in for tripping at 6:57 of the second. Erik Karlsson spins it over near sideboards, tipped by Meyer. Couldn't get the shot away. Too bad. That was a pretty nice pass by EK65.
Then just right there, Tomas Hurdle just got all worked by Konechny to keep up with that loose puck there in the corner, Dan. He's just got to have to work harder. Simple as that.
Logan Couture tips it up the right side. Hurdle across the line, whips it rink wide. Here's Meyer moving in, fakes the shot, does the toe drag, but can't get around the check of Rasmus Ristolainen. Karlsson kept it in, moves to the middle of the ice, tosses to Hurdle, takes it back. Karlsson's got Barabanov open in the left circle, gives it to him. Severe angle, goes to the slot, off the stick of Meyer. Good puck protection by Hurdle, got it back to Karlsson. Now to Meyer, the shot, that is blocked by Ristolainen, off his shin pad and up into the netting. That stings for the veteran defenseman Rasmus Ristolainen, but he took one for the team, gets a little thank you tap from Travis Konechny, and we have a face-off coming up.
Yeah, Sharks execute that one after a good battle win by Tomas Hurdle. Wins on this one, gets it back to EK65. He draws everybody towards him, throws it from a right-hand pass over to his left. Timo Meier's got time and space, attacks the net, and it was a big block there by the defender for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Off the face-off, Flyers shoot one all the way down. Philadelphia kills off about 74.5% of opposing power plays. So when you have a man advantage, we have an opportunity to cash in, which is perfect timing because our power plays are sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Cash in at Cache Creek Casino Resort. Sharks throwing it around in the offensive zone. Got about 40 seconds on the man advantage. Meyer and Hurdle tossing it to each other. Meyer in the right wing corner. He's got Couture on the point. Karlsson is in the middle at the edge of the slot. Gets back to the far side. Fed near side shot. Hurdle score. Tic-tac-toe. Tomas
left-handed shot, Hurdle to the left of the goaltender. He almost fillets his stick and just moves it towards the net, kind of as a shot, but also a redirect. Goes up over the glove of the goaltender in the inside bar and comes right out. I didn't even know if it went in momentarily there, but sure enough, Hurdle puts his hands up, and it's a goal. What a power play goal by the Sharks.
That was sweet. Again, it was Meyer and Couture, along with Hurdle, making that play. And Tomas Hurdle's got 2 goals tonight. This one a power play goal, his 13th of the season, as the puck rolls off the faceoff all the way down the ice into Kaapo Kähkönen. Meyer and Couture will get credit for the assists. So Timo Meyer now has points in 6 consecutive games, 10 points in that span. And he still has a goal to score to tie a Sharks all-time record for longest goal-scoring streak. Lots of time left for that, but that goal by Hurdle, a beauty. That makes it 2-1 San Jose.
Yeah, usually that's coming from EK65, but he just decided to stay right in the slot. The defenseman, the only guy out there is the D-man's down there in the middle of the slot, so Couture was up top, and that's why he gave it to Timo Meyer on the interchange.
Off the face-off, York runs into Nico Sturm and falls down, and Nieto skates by. Thought he would have a breakaway semi, but that's going to be a penalty against San Jose here.
Well, York he's the one that took the penalty for the power play goal, and now he draws the penalty on Nico Sturm, so Sturm goes off to the box with the interference.
Sturm's already frustrated because he beat an icing call, and they called it against him, so now he's got a penalty for interference that he doesn't care for, and that comes at 8:48. Of period number 2. This will be the first Flyer power play. Philadelphia coming off a 6-5 loss in Carolina on Friday. And on the power play there, they were 0 for 2. Last 5 games, Coach John Tortorella's team is 2 for 17 on the power play, which is about 11.8%. San Jose, the number 2 penalty-killing team in the NHL, goes to work. They've got Vlasic on the ice. Usually Benning would be out there. He's not. He's out with an injury. Flyers throwing it around. There's a shot blocked by Nieto off the stick of DeAngelo.
Big block there by Nieto, Dan. Sorry to interrupt. That was just a lot of courage there for Nieto. One-time shot in the middle of the ice. He goes out, pays the price.
And it was DeAngelo shooting that puck, who obviously has a very hard and accurate blast from the point. Flyers move in. Kevin Hayes drops it back. There's DeAngelo left point. Goes to Konechny on the right. Whips it back in the direction of Frost, but they just missed making contact. Sharks spin it around. Couldn't get it out. Konechny kept it in. Near side play. Nieto shoots and clears.
Yeah, Ferraro's going to have to learn a hard lesson here, Dan. If you're in the far corner, let's say you're on the right corner, and you want to get that puck all the way around behind your net up the boards to get that puck out, 99 out of 100, it's not going to make it.
You know what? I think Ryan Warsofsky, assistant coach, just said what you just said, because he leaned over and said something to Mario Ferraro back on the bench.
Yeah, that puck will never get there. You've got to find plan B if you're thinking it's going to wrap all the way out behind your net and then out to that far point and get out. They kept that puck in, and fortunately the Flyers couldn't execute on that turnover.
Philly power play has 1:05 left on it. 2-1 the score. Sharks on top on the strength of a power play goal by Tomas Hurdle, his second goal of the night. Right now, Lawrence and Bonino up front on the PK with Megna and Šimek back on D. Scott Lawton is out there for Philly on the man advantage. Cam York gets his face-off win and skates it out. Little drop pass now. Sent back to the right wing side by Farabee. Over to Lawton. Lawton backhands a soft one around the boards. Not well advised. I thought that Bonino was going to turn it over, but he managed to get it up ice, and Lawrence sends it across the Philly line. 39 seconds left on that Sturm penalty. Here come the Flyers on the attack again. Cam York dumps it in, a soft chip. Tried to get it himself. Knocked off the boards there by Šimek. Not out. Lawton sends in to the left side. Shot on goal. There's a save by goaltender Kaapo Kähkönen off the stick of Owen Tippett on the left wing.
And no rebound, right? And that's a really nice stop there from Kähkönen, who tonight has had really good puck control and rebound control. Other than the one that we mentioned there in that first period, it's been much better. He was square to that shot. He was relaxed. That shot came into him. Came in, didn't go anywhere. Just sucked it up. Sharks are able to get 4 new bodies out there.
Flyers win the faceoff. Konechny puts to the point. DeAngelo, a screen shot. There's a stop by Kähkönen, who drops down to the ice and hangs on for another faceoff.
You'll take
24 seconds.
Sorry, Danny. Yeah, you'll take that. I mean, a good face-off win by the Flyers. That's what you want to do on the power play, win that draw. And DeAngelo elects to shoot that puck and get it to the net, but no rebound.
Flyers win another face-off on their power play. It's DeAngelo twisting his way down the wing, turns, throws it back to the point where he was standing before. Morgan Frost to Hayes, now back to D'Angelo, back to Hayes, one-time shot, and Kakkonen has it in his glove hand after the deflection with his stick, and that was James Van Riemsdyk in the slot. He's a pretty big body at 6'3", trying to get in the way, but Kakkonen held his ground.
Well, they run a little bit of a pick play on Logan Couture here, Dan, up on the top of the key as they do an interchange. He gets picked and thrown out of the way, and then they're able to get Hayes over for the one-time opportunity here.
That's a good pickup by you.
It's a little subtle play by them, but it worked, and they got away with it and allowed Hayes to get that one-time shot.
Off the draw, here come the Sharks. Vlasic on the rush across the line, lets a backhand shot go from long distance, and that's a relatively easy save by the goaltender Ersan, but that's the end of the penalty, too. Sturm jumps back onto the ice, and so we'll get reset with a face-off deep inside Philly territory.
So Cam York draws the penalty on that last one. The Sharks kill off that penalty. Earlier, he's the one that took the penalty, and the Sharks scored on the power play. So there's an interchange of what could happen on a power play situation. The Sharks win that battle.
2-1 the score, 9:12 to go in the second period. We've got a break in the action on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Sharks believe in innovating to play at their peak, and so does Western Digital. That's why, even after more than 50 years of groundbreaking storage products and technologies, we're most excited about what's next. From gaming platforms to the public cloud, from connected cars to safer cities, from the desktops of Sharks fans to the data centers behind Fortune 500 companies, Western Digital services are fueling a brighter, smarter future. Western Digital, a proud official partner of your San Jose Sharks.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
The playoffs are closing in as Week 17 of the NFL season is underway, and SiriusXM NFL Radio is your place to be for in-depth analysis of every big game. Hear from the players and coaches and join in on the conversation on your home for the NFL, Channel 88, and on the SXM app.
SiriusXM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here.
Make sure you're tuned in to each and every San Jose Sharks Audio Network broadcast, and when you get the opportunity, buy some tickets. Don't miss out on our next full arena giveaway on Saturday, January 7 at 7:30 as the Sharks take on the Boston Bruins. Each fan in attendance receive a one-of-a-kind next-gen card pack featuring up-and-coming Sharks prospects. Visit sjsharks.com/tickets and secure your seats to the Sharks and the Bruins today. Off the face-off, Sharks with the lead. It's Meyer behind the net trying to center it for Barabanov. That's good defense by Philadelphia to get in the way there. But the Sharks managed to keep it in play. Hurdle sends it toward the net. It's off of Meyer. Back to the point. Megna calmly keeps it in. The toss to Carlson. Looks for the man in the slot. Poked at now. Back toward the point by Barabanov. Megna to Carlson. Slides it over. Barabanov walking in. What a defensive play by Provorov to step up as he was teeing up that shot.
What a pass by here, Carlson again. I mean, if there's a pass to be made, and you need somebody to have the most patience to wait for that split second for that passing lane to be available, well, it's EK65 right now. I mean, the patience of a surgeon.
He sends it ahead now. Svechnikov to Meyer as the Sharks start to change, and Meyer at the end of his shift will hold the puck. It's sent back behind the goal line. That's Svechnikov and Sturm breaking in, and that caused a turnover. Harrington holds in. Svechnikov keeps it going around the rim, all the way back to the right point to Ferraro. He stops, gives back to Svechnikov in the corner, back to Ferraro. Off the stick, he recovers. Dishes near half boards. It's Harrington walking in. He cuts back in deep behind the net. He holds the puck again, trying to make the play. Loses on the stick check, but it might have bought enough time. There's a play by Sturm to the net, tipped aside. And now the Sharks get back defensively as the Flyers clear. Bonino had it on his stick, lost it, and the Flyers regain at center and shoot one into the Sharks' end. Pretty good pace to this game. 7:43 to go, second period. Sharks 2 and the Flyers 1. Right now the Sharks moving across the blue line. Banked off the boards there by Sturm, but unfortunately, Oscar Lindblom just didn't have the motor running fast enough to get to the puck in time. Instead, the Flyers bull their way back to the Shark zone. That's Vlasic one-on-one, losing his stick in the battle with the 6'5" Kevin Hayes. Work free by the Flyers. They send one toward the net from the left wing side. That was Cedar that got his stick on that, but Kakkonen turned it away. And the Sharks send it all the way down, but that is on net. And so the goaltender, Ersson, will stop it, and Philadelphia will come up with it. Hayes again against Vlasic in the neutral zone. Chipped it by the Sharks defenseman, but Šimek back there to gain control, along with Lawrence, who got back to cover up for Mark Edouard. Lawrence just lost it on the stick check to Allison in the Sharks zone. Allison back to the point. There's a shot to the net. That was taken there by Ristolainen and tipped wide, I think, by Van Riemsdyk, who was in front. Flyers putting the pressure on, trying to tie the score. Here's Ristolainen, the shot. Save made. It's loose in front. And somehow Allison couldn't pull the trigger as he got bumped a little bit. Sharks, Lawrence gloved it out of the zone. It's a pretty good play.
Lindblom would have been on a breakaway, but just out of gas or just not enough fuel in that tank there to drive himself into breakaway.
But they would have blown it dead because he gloved it out of the zone, so that would have been a hand pass, unfortunately.
Yeah, that tough play there. Good play by, though, just to get that puck out. It was Sharks were reeling after that turnover.
Now DeAngelo moves back in for the Flyers to Sanheim. Whips it diagonally in the direction of Van Riemsdyk. That's Logan Couture that got out of the way and stopped it with an interception. The captain sends one ahead. He was trying to bank it to Barabanov. It was tipped a bit there by the defenseman Provorov. Unfortunately, the Sharks got it back and fed it deep into the Philly zone. But the Flyers getting better puck possession here midway through this game. 5:55 to go in the second. It is a 2-1 Sharks lead. Scramble for it in the Philly zone. Sharks go for it. That's Farabee against Couture. Logan worked it free. Barabanov gets in there and digs it free. Great job. Now it's Couture who backhands to the point. It's Magna to Carlson. Holds it, stick handles, sends it toward the slot. Tip toward the goal by Barabanov with his back to the net. It winds up getting deflected behind the goal. Now it's shot toward the net by Magna. Save made there by the goaltender Ersson. Behind the net, Couture gets bodied onto the ice by DeAngelo, pushing and shoving in the slot as we got Sanheim against Meyer bodying each other up. Another scramble for the play. At the near side, Meyer couldn't get it, and it's cleared back out by Philly. A headman feed for Farabee. One-on-one against Carlson, and Eric Carlson does a great job with body position to knock it aside defensively. Poked out by the Sharks. 5:05 to go second period. Things are really tightening up here. Konechny across the line, walking in, shooting it from the high slot. That's a blocker board saved by Kaapo Kakkonen, and the Sharks gobbled up the rebound.
Sharks got to get off the ice right now. They're dead tired, and now they turn it over again here.
But Carlson intercepts a centering pass by Allison and uses what's left in the energy to get it up the left side. Here comes Hertl. He's got 2 goals. He stick handles to the blue line. Dishes to LeBanc, who moves it across the line. Backhands in deep. Hertl giving chase. But that's Provorov defensively, stopping it for Philly, and the Flyers able to break one out. On the right wing side, it's York to the San Jose line. He gains zone entry, fed it to Hayes in the corner, and he chipped it around Ferraro far side. Scott Lawton picked it back for Philadelphia there, and he turns, throws the puck to Allison, who tries to cycle it back. He gets bodied up there by Harrington. Pretty good job, and the Sharks will get puck possession back.
Yeah, nice job by Harrington. That's called a good angle if you're a defender. You got to go pick one side. If they cut back, they run right into you. That's exactly what Harrington does.
You have to get an A in geometry if you're a defenseman or a goalie, and Harrington passing with a nice little performance. But play continues. The Flyers keep the pressure on. On the point, Patrick Brown, cross ice, wrist the line, and trying the shot. Nieto getting a little piece of that, knocking it wide. And a little tuck attempt there by Philadelphia. Just goes through the crease and wide of a net for McEwen. On the point, Cedar a blast. Save made. Uh-oh, big rebound there, but Ferraro chipped at it, got it off a deflection, and Nieto cleared it out. Finally, the Sharks can change players.
They're bending right now, but they're not breaking so far, Dan.
2-1, San Jose leading. 3.5 to play in the second. Vlasic in there gets hammered hard by Delorier in the right wing corner of the Sharks zone. They both chase it down, and Vlasic beats his man to it, turns away from Delorier, and throws it behind the net to Harrington, who will start the attack.
One of the better plays Vlasic's made in the last month right there, Dan. That was a one-on-one battle with Delorier. Tough cookie.
And now here's Svechnikov getting behind the defense and putting his stick on the puck, but it got tipped and it went up high and wide. That was a great chance for Svechnikov. Delayed penalty coming up against Philadelphia now. It's Bonino in the corner. There goes the goaltender Kakkonen for the extra attacker during the delayed penalty. Sharks setting up, throwing it around the sideboards. Now across the ice. Šimek rink wide near side. Sturm blasts one on net. That's a save and a cover for Ersson. And the penalty for interference is coming up against Philadelphia with 2:51 to go in the second here at SAP Center. The score, the Sharks 2, the Flyers 1. We will return in a moment on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
It's the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores. Capital Mazda, Stevens Creek Mazda, Concord Mazda, and Team Mazda. With exceptional holiday incentives on over 400 brand new Mazdas with more models arriving daily. Plus, you can buy your Mazda completely online with our exclusive no-brainer checkout. Don't miss the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores in San Jose, Concord, and Vallejo.
Tomas Hertl has a pair of goals, and the San Jose Sharks have a power play. Hertl's power play goal put the Sharks in front 2-1 at 8:29 of the first. But now it's Travis Sanheim, defenseman for the Flyers, going in at 17:09 to the second period for an interference call after some battles in front. San Jose seems to be winning more of the battles as this game is going on, and that is a really good sign. Now they can make them pay with a power play opportunity from Cache Creek Casino Resort.
Yeah, they took advantage of the power play last time, and then their penalty kill as they had to get out there and kill that York drawn penalty. They got it done. Now's another chance that the Sharks can really make it sting here as they get this power play here with 2:45 remaining.
Off the face-off, Hertl left corner, backhands to Carlson to the point. Shot tipped on it by Barabanov. That's a great save by Ersson. Kept in by Carlson. Slides it off the left wing boards, and Barabanov's going to have to poke it into the corner. Good job by York to get the stick on it. But walking out, it's Meyer feeding it over to the near side. Turning away from the check, Barabanov creates some space for himself and hands back to Carlson on the point. Moves to his right. Had Hertl breaking for the goal, but he couldn't quite get contact on the stick and the puck. Barabanov feeds to the left circle. Meyer, he had a man, Couture, wide open in front. Great defensive play by Konechny twice. Konechny will try to clear here, can't do it. How about the play by Carlson to keep it in? A turnaround tip, and now it's Barabanov for the toe drag save made. Rebound, Hertl throws to the net stop, and now it's Couture shooting it, and a spectacular stop by Ersson as the Sharks really pouring on the coals here in the second period. They've still got 1 minute and 8 seconds to go on the Cache Creek power play.
Oh my, what a play by Erik Karlsson. At the blue line, under pressure, spinorama play to Couture to relieve the pressure. They keep it in. Then Couture comes right down Main Street. The rebound pops out to him. He toe drags it once, flips it to the top corner, and Airdrie makes an unbelievable glove stop. And you can see the bench of Philadelphia all get to their feet after that stop.
Off the draw, here's Carlson shooting a one-timer to the net from the left side. That's a stick save made by Ersson. Now Carlson just calmly and surgically throws it in deep to the corner. Meyer is there. Behind the net to Hertl in the right corner now. He sends it back to Barabanov on the point. Back to Hertl. He's got 2 goals. Hertl stopped it with his skate. Fed it back to Barabanov. Wants to make a decision here. 40 seconds to go on the power play as the Sharks crisscrossing now on the point. Carlson gets it on the left wing side. Back to Hertl, left point. Back to Carlson near half boards. Return to Hertl. Now to the right side. Barabanov in front for Couture off his skate. But Carlson kept it in. Under pressure from D'Angelo. Carlson exchanges with Couture. Throws it across the rink. A shot right on by Meyer, and a save made to the short side by Ersson. Rebound knocked down. 18 seconds left in the power play. Barabanov pokes free to Carlson from the circle. Across the ice. It's fired wide by Meyer. Kept in by Hertl. Hurdle holds the puck. Minute left in the period. Hurdle fights for it, loses on the check to Cates, who clears, and that'll do it for the Sanheim penalty, but lots of pressure by the Sharks.
Well, lots of opportunities. Fun power play to watch. Just seam passes, getting through, chances. Goaltender really made a stop. A couple of great stops here for Philadelphia.
Tapped all the way down by the Sharks into the Philadelphia zone. Ristolainen taking a look, putting it up the boards, but Harrington kept it in and slings it toward the net. That is just tipped wide. Exactly what you want Harrington to do with 32 seconds left in the period. At the near side now, Nieto is out there along with Bonino and Sturm. They're in forechecking, kind of reaching in there. Bonino kind of a half-hearted attempt there, and the Flyers able to poke it out to center. Here comes Frost. He's met by the back check of Nico Sturm. Ferraro knows the check is coming. Got hit by Frost in the corner. Knocked it behind the net, but no, Sturm gave it away. A centering attempt for Philadelphia blocked. The Sharks really lucky there wasn't a scoring chance there, but it pops to center ice, and that's going to do it for the second period. 1 second left, maybe one more chance for the Flyers here, but no. That was Frost coming in, and he was stopped by the Sharks D, and the period is over.
That chance there by Frost in that slot there, Dan. It was Frost, right? Yep. So Ferraro, if you're the defenseman, you're recovering from the left corner to the front of the net, and you've got a guy parked in front who's an available receiver of a pass from behind the goal line where they were trying to get to that puck. Philadelphia was. You've got to take away that receiver right away. You can't be stuck in the middle. You've got to go to the guy that could receive that pass because it could be a one-shot opportunity for the Philadelphia Flyer player, and it's exactly what happened. He waited to kind of play in between the two players. Hey, that's too late. Take away the man first, delay that opportunity as long as you can, then recover to play the 2-on-1.
Excellent analysis from Brett Hedican here at the end of the second period. Shots on goal in period number 2. The Sharks had 12, a two-period total of 24, and the Philadelphia Flyers had 10, a two-period total of 19. But nobody scored, and the Sharks are in position here. Hurdle got the power play goal at 8:29 of the second period. The only goal, his 13th of the season from Meyer and Couture, and that's why the Sharks have a 2-1 lead. We'll be back right after this with our second intermission check-in from downstairs. Next on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network. Hurdle poking it.
I'm Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum and host of Black Diamonds, a SiriusXM original podcast. Join me right now for a special star-studded Black Tie Gala event, celebrating the legacy of Hall of Famer Buck O'Neil with my friends Dave Stewart, Kenny Lofton, Joe Carter, and Lee Arthur Smith, and many more. Download Black Diamonds right now on the SXM app, available with all of our trials and popular plans or wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't miss a second World Junior Hockey Championship. SiriusXM NHL Network Radio is your front row seat for all the action.
The gold medal is up for grabs, and the world comes together to battle it out.
Tune in as the best young players in the world take the ice in Halifax and Moncton.
Lafreniere swings Canada back in front 5-4.
It's a holiday tradition not to miss.
Click to SiriusXM.ca/World Juniors for game times.
The biggest names in comedy. Check out Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM.
My dad, this guy's a lunatic. He ate a fortune cookie with a fortune in it. That's another level of psycho, man. My niece, 11, Layla, witnessed that. Blew her mind. Called me, said the story twice. I go, you already told me this. She goes, yeah, but are you not listening?
Bringing you Canada's best. Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM Channel 168.
Our second period check-in is brought to you by Cal Hope, a proud partner of San Jose Sharks hockey. Let's go to the Sharks locker room where Drew Amenda has found a headset to put on. And Drew, the atmosphere on the ice seems to be a very spirited effort between these two teams, with the Sharks leading 2-1 at the end of the second period. What's going on as you're standing between the benches, and what's the atmosphere like?
Danny, it started like right away. Like teams are physical with each other, a little bit of chirping, but it kind of picked up after the hit by Travis Konechny on Alexander Barabanov in the first right in the neutral zone. After that, it really picked up. The guys were chirping back and forth at each other. Konechny to the Sharks bench, and then the Sharks bench back. And after that, it's really picked up, and you could see just the way that the teams are playing the body, going after each other, hit after hit. The pace is terrific. Guys are working, and both teams really work hard. I mean, you have to when you have these two coaches. But there's a lot of, like, animosity is not the right word, just like really hard, tough hockey against each other. It's like these two teams are divisional rivals, for crying out loud.
Well, of course, the Flyers remember the 3-0 loss in Philadelphia. They didn't like that too much. Right. Philly's only got one win in their last 12 road games. So, you know, they've had a few overtime and shootout losses in the middle of all that. So, pretty obvious that both these teams need something. But I thought that the whole thing with Konechny continued, too. He and Timo Meier got together. And how about after the body hit in the neutral zone, Konechny kind of looked back and took a number down, may have said something there.
He turned and definitely noticed. And then when he came back to the bench, they were kind of having like a little staring contest, too, where they both got back to the respective benches. But it's been good. I like Travis Konechny and the way he plays. He's got a take no prisoners attitude. He's dynamic when he gets his feet moving. He's dangerous with a world class release of a shot. He is fun to watch, and he's only 25 years old. I keep forgetting that he's still a relatively young man. But he seems like he's been in the league for a long time. Like, the thing about Travis Konechny, though, that's one guy that they want to really build the team around. He's been, John Tortorella has been very positive about Travis. The one thing that he doesn't want to do, he was saying, was overcoach him, because he is a lot of energy, but sometimes you got to be able to dial that energy back. And like, I would say that Erik Karlsson's a perfect guy to look at when you're talking about dialing the energy back. You don't go all out all the time. Timing is issue. Timing beats speed. Being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes you need a calming influence on your bench, especially when you've got a young team and you're trying to put the culture, like John Tortorella is with his team, put it in the right direction. So he loves the energy. He said he's trying not to give too much to Travis, but at the same time try to guide him a little bit to when be that high energy guy and when to kind of just dial it back a bit. But you know what? Like the saying goes, I'd rather have a guy I got to pull back from the edge than push to it.
Absolutely. How about the calm of Erik Karlsson on that keep-in on the offensive zone during the power play? I think I was more impressed with that than the beautiful pass he gave to Hurdle in the first period.
You know, the other one, too, Danny, was that 3-on-2 where he gave the puck to Meier coming in late. He comes in, two guys go in the net. He buys some time, right? The ability to read the play, buy yourself some time, slides over, slows up a little bit, slides over and goes as far as he can, uses all the ice he can to the boards, and then finds Timo Meier coming late. That's world-class hockey IQ right there. I mean, how you read that, how you see the game, and how the game moves for him. It must be fun to play like he does, because I think he sees things well before they're evident to the rest of us.
You and I like to look back over the years in Sharks history, and we love to see records fall that have stood the test of time. Erik Karlsson now has 20 points in the month of December. The all-time record, Drew, for most points in December by a Shark is 21, so he's 1 point away from that. And the man who holds the record is Joe Thornton, at least the last guy to do it, and we'd expect that. But it was set back in 92-93 by our good friend Kelly Kissio.
Well, one of my favorite people in the world, absolutely, Kelly Kissio. And you think about that. 91-92 team. Now, we weren't a team that had a lot of offensive push, but Kelly Kissio, one of the best pros I've ever met in my life, one of my favorite people, works for the Vegas Golden Knights as one of their top scouts. He was, without a doubt, our first All-Star, and one of the best leaders and pros I've ever been around. Good for Kelly. That's a nice record. But Erik Karlsson, he is doing something this year that's really special, without a doubt. I mean, the way he's playing, the way he's leading, and Danny, like, being down the bench, you get to see it, but we can see it from upstairs. And you brought it up. I think it was the Toronto Maple Leafs game you brought it up, when both Erik Karlsson and Logan Couture were stars. And they're sitting on the bench after, and I remember, well, you can tell the story, what you saw.
Well, sure. I mean, I saw the two of them. The body language was one of joy, not only enjoying the result of the game, but enjoying each other's company in that moment, to share that special moment. Eye contact, smiles. We hadn't seen that from Erik Karlsson all that much, because he's been dealing with the frustration of injuries and everything. But when you see that, that means something special is going on.
He still got it. Came off the ice in the second period, smiling, talking, chirping. In the first period, he chirped at Delorier a little bit. Now they've got a bit of a relationship, so they were laughing back and forth. But that smile is that's one thing you can control, right? The one thing in this chaotic game, you can control your attitude. Erik's attitude from the start of the season has been top-notch, elite.
One thing I saw also late in the second period, Coach David Quinn was talking to us about how they worked really hard yesterday in practice on D-zone coverage and trying to be battle winners instead of battle losers when it comes down to a confrontation. And Marc-Edouard Vlasic got into it with the other number 44, Delorier, and he ended up with a play that Brett Hedican described as one of his better defensive plays of the season by winning that physical battle and getting it out. That's a sign that the Sharks are hearing the message.
Well, it's funny you say that because there was that commercial break, and David Quinn gathered the guys up and talked about that very thing.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. Talked about that very thing. You know me, I like to eavesdrop, take the headset off when I'm listening to the coach. He brought them in and said, we're losing too many battles. They're starting to take over. They're winning the battles. They're winning the battles on the face-off. They're winning the battles on the boards. We got to start pushing back and winning the battles of ourselves. And that was exactly what he said. Well, I'm sorry, not exactly what he said. I was paraphrasing what he was telling the guys, but that's exactly the tone and the thought process was we got to get better on winning those one-on-ones.
And did I get what you were saying, that he cited that Vlasic play as an example?
Yep. So he brought that. He just brought that. But no, I think it was just before that, and then Vlasic went out and made that play.
Got it. Well, that means they're listening without question of a doubt.
Exactly.
Good game tonight.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Well, we've got a great check-in with you, Drew. Let's have a good third period.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Thanks.
That's Drew Remender with our second intermission check-in. Brought to you by Cal Hope. Check your stress with free mental health support. Visit calhope.org to learn more. Cal Hope, a proud partner. Let me say that again. Cal Hope, a proud partner of the San Jose Sharks. It is a 2-1 San Jose lead at the end of 2. We'll be back on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
SiriusXM is home to the best in podcasts, including I Am Athlete.
What up, what up, what up? Brandon Marshall here, host of the I Am Athlete podcast. Join Adam Pac-Man Jones, Shady McCoy, myself, and other special guests in Season 4 as we hold unscripted and unfiltered conversations with athletes and celebrities centered around sports, culture, music, fashion, and wellness.
I Am Athlete, available now on the SXM app, included with all of our trials and popular plans.
Don't miss a second.
World Junior Hockey Championship. SiriusXM NHL Network Radio is your front row seat for all the action.
The gold medal is up for grabs, and the world comes together to battle it out.
Tune in as the best young players in the world take the ice in Halifax and Moncton.
Lafreniere swings Canada back in front, 5-4.
It's a holiday tradition not to miss.
Click to SiriusXM.ca/World Juniors for game times.
The biggest names in comedy. Check out Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM.
My dad, this guy's a lunatic. He ate a fortune cookie with a fortune in it. That's another level of psycho, man. My niece, 11, Layla, witnessed that. Blew her mind. Called me, said the story twice. I go, you already told me this. She goes, yeah, but are you not listening?
Bringing you Canada's best. Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM Channel 168.
Why don't we pause 10 seconds for station identification on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
The biggest names in the game.
Quickly in. Here's Giroux going to the net. Shoots one. He scores!
SiriusXM NHL Network Radio.
Nowski here at SAP Center at San Jose. One of the greatest events of the year occurs at the Shark Tank, and it is called Sampling with the Sharks. It is the signature fundraising event for the Sharks Foundation. Join us for an exclusive evening of premium wine tasting, and I do mean premium, from wineries like Minor Family, Silver Oak, Joseph George, and more. This event will take place at Tech CU Arena on February 21st. And so that is going to be the new site for the great event for the Sharks Foundation. Sampling with the Sharks. For more information and to register, go to sharksfoundation.org. Well, we've got intermission action going on the ice. They're making sure everything is cleared out and ready to roll. And the Sharks have a golden opportunity here to get back on the winning track. They're playing much more like the way they played against the Minnesota Wild. And it seems like they've exercised the demons of that Vancouver game a couple of nights ago. But as we've said, there's still a long way to go in this one. Tomas Hertl has 2 goals in the game. Timo Meier and Erik Karlsson have extended point-scoring streaks with assists. Timo Meier now is got to get that 1 goal to keep the goal-scoring streak alive to equalize the all-time Sharks record for most consecutive games scoring the goal. That is 6 He's had a couple of 5-game goal-scoring streaks this season, but it's been quite some time since anybody has had a 6-game goal streak. Owen Nolan certainly did it a number of years ago, and that's the most recent time that it has happened. So keep your ears open for that. And, of course, Tomas Hertl, who's had a career hat trick against the Philadelphia Flyers in his career, is 1 goal away from getting yet another. The last time Hertl did score a hat trick, it was number 5 in his career. It was a natural hat trick. That was on January the 8th of this calendar year in Philadelphia against the Flyers. He ended up getting the winner in overtime to complete the hat trick in that one. And that was a very special night for him, too. Timo Meier also has 1 career hat trick against the Philadelphia Flyers, and there have been 2 others. Joe Pavelski and Danny Heatley have had 3-goal or more games against this Philadelphia team. But right now, the Sharks would trade all of that for a victory. They'd love to get a little bit of an insurance, and so if they get an insurance goal here in the 3rd period to take a 2-goal lead, it would be great to see either Hertl or Meier get it just for those individual reasons. But they don't care how it happens. The Sharks just have to earn the victory. They're up 2-1 at the end of 2. We'll be back after this on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
It's the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores. Capital Mazda, Stevens Creek Mazda, Concord Mazda, and Team Mazda. With exceptional holiday incentives on over 400 brand new Mazdas with more models arriving daily. Plus, you can buy your Mazda completely online with our exclusive no-brainer checkout. Don't miss the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores in San Jose, Concord, and Vallejo.
Has the backhand hit, goes behind the net, Weber out, he scores!
It's everything Sharks hockey in one place.
For the first time in Sharks history, a player has scored 5 goals in a game.
It's the Sharks Audio Network, a 24/7 streaming audio platform dedicated to Sharks hockey and the destination to listen to Sharks games. You can find the Sharks Audio Network on the Sharks Plus SAP Center app presented by Western Digital and at sjsharks.com/listen. Download the app today to listen to Sharks hockey, plus unique Sharks content all day long on the Sharks Audio Network.
Let's go, football fans.
This week on Let's Go with Tom Brady and Larry Fitzgerald and me, Jim Gray.
What was it like playing on Christmas Day?
What a blessing to be able to play. So, working on Christmas, first time in my career, I guess I'm a little like Santa Claus. Ironically, I think we actually have the same 40 time. So, it's certainly enjoyable for us to get the win.
Download Let's Go right now on the SXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
The biggest names in comedy. Check out Just for Laughs Canada on Sirius XM.
My dad, this guy's a lunatic. He ate a fortune cookie with a fortune in it. That's another level of psycho, man. My niece, 11, Layla, witnessed that. Blew her mind. Called me, said the story twice. I go, you already told me this. She goes, yeah, but are you not listening?
Bringing you Canada's best. Just for Laughs Canada on Sirius XM Channel 168.
No matter where you live, come together and celebrate the San Jose Sharks year-round and join the 1991 Club, the official fan club of the Sharks. As a member, you'll have special access to exclusive content like the 1991 Club podcast. You'll get merchandise opportunities, fan community, and much more. Visit Sharks1991club.com today and become a member. Teams are coming back onto the ice here, and we'll be back for the 3rd period with the score: the Sharks 2, the Flyers 1. This is the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
The Hope Sirius XM presents the top interviews of 2022.
I'm Julia Cunningham.
And I'm Jess Cagle.
We're playing the best of the best from the Jess Cagle Show with Julia Cunningham.
Idris Elba.
It's great to be here.
To interviews from Andy Cohen on Radio Andy.
I just got a big hug from John Mayer.
How are you?
To our Sirius XM comedy channels.
Ricky Gervais.
I can't believe I didn't know you were in a band.
Because we didn't make it.
And more. Matthew Perry. The book is really, really moving.
Oh, thank you very much.
The top interviews of 2022 on Sirius XM Channel 109 and on the SXM app.
Don't miss a second.
World Junior Hockey Championship. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio is your front row seat for all the action.
The gold medal is up for grabs, and the world comes together to battle it out.
Tune in as the best young players in the world take the ice in Halifax and Moncton.
Lafreniere swings Canada back in front, 5-4.
It's a holiday tradition not to miss.
Click to SiriusXM.ca/World Juniors for game times.
Tom Money here from SiriusXM FC, and if you love soccer and you love banter, you need to check out Grumpy Pundits.
I accept your opinion, even though it's wrong.
We have a pair of legends in Rodney Marsh and Tommy Smith.
Did you ever hear such bull in your life?
And the three of us wind each other up whilst debating the biggest stories from the Premier League and beyond.
You're getting so grumpy. Did you ever hear the name of this show?
Grumpy Pundits, weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app, free for most subscribers.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM. The best hockey lives here.
Burns gets it back, stick handles to the backhand, moves in front, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM. Hockey comes alive.
He turns in, let a shot go, he scores!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Underway in the third period, and here comes Timo Meier busting into the offensive zone. Little toe drag, backhand shot to the net. And goaltender Samuel Ersson, who's been pretty impressive tonight, makes the save and hangs on. But the Sharks, in this just underway third period, have a 2-1 lead. Both goals by Tomas Hertl, who got his second one of the night and 13th of the season on the power play at 8:29 of the second from Timo Meier and from Logan Couture to give the Sharks the edge.
Yeah, good period, Dan. Took advantage of a power play there. Hertl with 2 of the night. Love to see, as you mentioned, Timo Meier to get one here tonight somehow, some way. But I love how they're competing tonight. You're seeing a lot of battles down there, a game within a game. And you love to see that after the game they had the other night where they didn't compete at all.
Off the face-off, Sharks managed to keep it in for a second, but the Flyers gobble it up and throw it up the left wing boards. It was Owen Tippett trying to chip in, lost it. Hertl, rink wide. Here comes LeBanc. He's got some room. He moves in, shoots, score! Into the third to give the Sharks a 3-1 lead.
You see LeBanc open, Hertl finds him, and he had space, and he knew there he was going to get that shot off. And watching him in warm-up here tonight, Dan, he had a chance against James Reimer on a one-on-one shot, and he buried it off the top corner, and I could feel it on this shot coming down. Right-handed shot on this left side, so he's on his offside, his off wing, pulls it into his body, lets that go, and Ersson, he goes right by him, top corner, bar down, and just a sniper shot right there, a goal scorer's goal. What a shot from Kevin LeBanc, makes this game 3-1.
And the primary assist goes to Tomas Hertl, a really nice rink-wide toss. But Erik Karlsson gets his 50th point of the year with the second assist.
Oh, my. Oh, boy. What a season he is having. Unbelievable, Erik Karlsson.
Really incredible. Think of it. 50 points in 37 games for EK65.
It just, and amazing stuff. That was a secondary assist. I mean, but he made the real smart little play pass in between his legs there, Dan, earlier. That's just the vision he's having right now, and the patience is unbelievable.
Sharks 3, Flyers 1 after that play. Karlsson to Hertl to Kevin LeBanc. Right now, it's Jonah Gadjevich in the neutral zone. Lost his footing for a second, gets bumped by Cedar, but he backhands in deep into the Philadelphia zone. Good back check there by Gadjevich to keep the puck in play as the Flyers try to clear it out around him. But now it's in deep on the left corner. McEwen worked it free, got bumped a little bit by Lindblom there. But McEwen comes up with the puck for the Flyers and pushes the pass out to center ice.
Left offside to me there.
A little dump in there by Philadelphia. And as you said, maybe the Flyers were a little bit ahead of the play and offside, but they allow it to continue. And I suppose they'll take a look at it if the puck were to go into the net. Well, it's cleared out, so no harm. Back in the neutral zone, Cates has. He stick handles to the Sharks line, loses on a stick check. Great job there by Meier to pickpocket it. And Timo comes up the middle of the ice, one-on-one against Provorov, kicks the puck in his skates, got it deep to the corner. He gathers, he goes to Karlsson, who makes a really brilliant move on the defensive center, Cates. He drops it back down to Barabanov in the circle, but Barabanov stick handles it to the near boards and gives it back to EK65, who was trying the shot pass there. Meier couldn't get his stick on it. This guy is just doing everything.
Oh my, what a pass shot there into Timo Meier from EK65. 68-65.
Meyer down the right wing gains the zone again. Holds onto it, gives it to Couture, who moves behind the Flyer net. Good exchange now with Megna. Megna's got to let the pass go behind the net, but Barabanov had his stick lifted a bit there.
He's got to let the shot go, Dan. Two times he had an opportunity to shoot that puck at the net, and he puts it down behind the goal line for nobody.
Now he heads to the bench now. Oh, no, it's off the stick of Harrington out in front of a net, and there's a shot that gets deflected somehow. Might have been off of Harrington, might have been off of Kakkonen, but the puck is up in the netting. That was a golden chance for the Flyers to get back into the game, but it didn't go in.
Yeah, just kind of a strike for the Philadelphia Flyers, and it was Ferraro that went in behind the net trying to throw it out front and moving it to his partner, but that's not the place to throw it. I think it got deflected into Harrington, off Harrington, because of that deflection, popped right out in the slot, but Harrington recovered, got a stick on it, went out of play.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was Harrington or Kakkonen, but either way, Harrington in position with that stick. That shot, by the way, was by Morgan Frost, who's had a couple of big opportunities here.
Yeah, and just an unfortunate little play there by Ferraro.
Frost doing some fancy stick work here, keeping the puck in the Shark zone. 16:29 remaining in the third. Hurdle with a hit. Knocked Frost off the puck. Van Riemsdyk gave it away to LeBanc. And LeBanc moves away from Frost and skates out of the zone with it. But he kind of fanned on the puck there as he got checked. He wanted to get off the ice too. Flyers come back in. Sanheim, drop pass. Frost the shot. Save made Kakkonen. And he does the smart thing. He hangs on to it because things were getting a little squirrely in that neutral zone.
Yeah, Kevin LeBanc got to make a better play than that at the end of his shift. You don't want to do the soft flip in that gets turned over, as now after you turn it over, not only do you turn it over, then you go to the bench for a change. A couple of no-nos there for LeBanc. Even though he just got done scoring the goal, those are the things that you have to be thinking about throughout the course of a 60-minute hockey game, Dan, that you got to execute.
Face-off coming up, right side of Campo Kakkonen. Sharks win the draw. They lead it by the score of 3-1. Good first pass out. Svechnikov is checked by Cedar, but he does a kind of a backhand chip into the offensive end, and then Bonino comes in with a stick, deflects it to himself, tries to center it from behind the Flyer net. He's checked. He gets it back, makes the move on Cedar and Ristolainen. Nick Bonino, good grind. Now he gave it over to Svechnikov, who feeds it out in front. There's a shot that's blocked in front off of Vlasic. Vlasic back skating quickly now as the Flyers lift one out. Nico Sturm back there to help out too. Sturm with the puck on the far side of the ice, whips it rink wide to the near boards. Shemek in his own zone now starts to move out for San Jose. Long pass up the left wing side. It was Lawrence that moved in with Nieto trying to make the play there, but Nieto, I should say Lindblom, I'm sorry, couldn't get control of the puck. And so Megna is back in the neutral zone to get it. Speaking of Nieto, have we seen him this period? As we have an offside call, looks like, coming up here against the Flyers at the San Jose line. Looks like it's okay. Maybe I just didn't notice him out there.
I think he's been on the ice a couple of times, Dan, but maybe some quick shifts. I'll have to keep an eye on him. Obviously, he's gotten back from that injury a while back, a few games ago.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Maybe he just got skipped over, maybe potentially here. I guess he's maybe putting Timo Meier out there a little bit more than normal. That could be because...
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would too. I mean, he's got Logan Couture and Barabanov going here. Timo Meier's just driving that line.
Meier's got an assist tonight to keep his point-scoring streak going. Tomas Hertl a couple of goals, and Erik Karlsson has been just unbelievable. 2 assists. He now has 50 points on the year. Dumped in by San Jose around the boards into the Philly zone. Barabanov plays it back to Karlsson, takes it in the stick, makes the move on Cates, cuts in deep behind the Philly net, trying to slide it across to the corner there to Meier, but that's a good defensive play by Anthony DeAngelo, and here comes Philly. Sanheim's up ice, only Couture back, moving in. Sanheim, hard shot, and it was a rebound control play there by Kakkonen, who made the save and kept it away from Farabee, not allowing a rebound shot.
Well, Erik Karlsson got away with one there, Dan. That puck got turned over. He was below the goal line in the offensive zone, and he didn't hustle right away. Then he realized, oh my, it's going to be a 2-on-1, and he got back just in time.
Now it's Tippett, the offensive zone for the Flyers. Throws it rink wide. Ristolainen the shot from the point with Cedar, a defenseman at the edge of the crease. But Kakkonen makes the save and allows 0 rebound. 5:45 gone by in the third, Brett. It's 3-1.
Another stop by Kakkonen. No rebound. So whatever he's been working on with regard to spitting out rebounds like he has all season long, it's been stopped here tonight and it's been corrected. And you're seeing the game more in control for Kakkonen.
Face off to his left. Sharks lead by 2 goals. Flyers win the draw.
Nieto out there, Dan.
There he is. Good to see him out there. Now it's a turnover. Ferraro lost it behind the net. Sealer near side. There's a shot, and they score. That's Tippett near side. Right after Ferraro lost the puck, Tippett, a right-handed shot, has no chance for the goaltender, and it makes it a 3-2 game.
Well, again, LeBanc last shift, right, Dan? Didn't get that puck in. Sealer pinches down the wall. He wins the battle. And then not only does he win the battle, then he goes in behind the net. They work a little interchange, and Tippett now slides by LeBanc right into that scoring area. They throw it against the grain going behind the net. Tippett, one-time shot, short side, and buries it. So that's one that if you're looking at harder battles in the defensive zone, that was the reason why they've had success to this point. Kevin LeBanc failed that battle down low, Dan, and that's the reason why it's a 3-2 hockey game.
Yeah, my apologies to Mario Ferraro. He was there. He's trying to reach the puck, but LeBanc was the guy who didn't finish the check over there.
Guy came down the wall. You got to know better. That defenseman's pinching down on you. You got to at least tie that race. That guy went right by him, and that puck turned over.
Number 11 for Owen Tippett on the season at 5:57 of the third period as we get an offside against the Flyers, moving up the San Jose Sharks blue line and a break in the action. Tonight's game is coming to you from SAP Center at San Jose. With 13:38 to go in the third, the score, the Sharks 3, the Flyers 2. This is the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
When you hear coordinated care, what do you imagine? Nurses going viral for their dance routine? Not here. At Kaiser Permanente, coordinated care has nothing to do with dancing and everything to do with quality and convenience. With Kaiser Permanente, you don't have to worry about getting your records sent from place to place because our electronic medical records seamlessly connect all of your doctors, nurses, and specialists. It's so easy, you might do your happy dance. Kaiser Permanente. Tomorrow's healthcare today. Learn more at kp.org/thrive.
It's the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores. Capital Mazda, Stevens Creek Mazda, Concord Mazda, and Team Mazda. With exceptional holiday incentives on over 400 brand new Mazdas with more models arriving daily. Plus, you can buy your Mazda completely online with our exclusive no-brainer checkout. Don't miss the Season of Inspiration sales event at the DGDG Mazda stores in San Jose, Concord, and Vallejo.
Hear every NFL game on SiriusXM.
That's getting something going.
It's easy to find all the Sunday afternoon action on your radio. The home teams air on channels 225 through 234.
Touchdown! Patrick Mahomes with Mahomes Magic.
And away teams on channels 380 through 392.
Touchdown Buffalo! Josh Allen, what a play!
Take your hometown announcers anywhere. Just search for your team on the SXM app. Go to SiriusXM.com/NFL schedule for game times and channel listings.
I can't believe it!
Here's one for Hetty. The Toyota U.S. Figure Skating Championships are back at SAP Center on January 23rd to 29th, and now is your chance to see history being made and witness the best figure skaters from across the country competing for the crown of U.S. champion. Go to SkateSanJose2023.com. That's SkateSanJose2023.com. We hope to see you there. Something tells me the Hedican family will be around there somewhere.
Yep. I got my family going there.
Off the face-off now. Joel Farabee for Philadelphia at the red line. Tips it past deep into the Shark zone, and Kakkonen plays it up the boards, around the glass, and down. It stopped at the top of the circle, right along those left wing boards in the Shark zone. A scramble for it, and Barabanov chipped it off the boards. Made a pretty good play, got it out to Meyer. Meyer comes up the middle, goes in, shoots a hard one, and that just went wide. Boy, that thing comes off of his stick, and it's got velocity on it.
It sure does. It's just, oh boy.
Meyer running into his man at the near side, and Kevin Hayes. And Hayes getting up a little bit slowly, keeping the puck in play in the offensive zone. Kind of an awkward play there as the Sharks ran into him. Now Barabanov gets around his defense. He makes a nice move to the slot. Stick handles. Can't get the shot away because Sanheim, the man who lost it, got back into the play. But Barabanov keeps it in the zone. Got it over to Bonino. It went over his stick as he tried to let the shot go. That was a pretty good little play there.
Got to get that shot off, though, Dan. 2-on-1 with him and Bonino. And didn't elect to pass it right away. Sweet left-hand shot on the right side. He cuts to the inside. And now you got to release that shot, but he waited a little bit too long. Sanheim tracked him down from behind.
Sharks only lead by one. Here's Tippett moving into the slot. Makes the move on the defenseman Erik Karlsson, but a backhand play got knocked aside by San Jose. Remember, the Sharks only have a one-goal lead here with 12:10 to play in the third because of that goal by Owen Tippett, his 11th goal of the season that came at 5:57. That was assisted by Van Riemsdyk and Sealer, by the way. That is the official word on that goal. Sharks lead 3-2. Flyers starting to move it out. Anybody's hockey game here at the tank. Down the left side comes Allison. On now with Cates and Frost. There's John Tortorella doing a little Rubik's cubing here and changing the lines around a bit. Back in the neutral zone, Frost loses the puck, but Lawrence can't get by him. Frost got it back with a good stick play. Carries to the Sharks line, leaves on the left. Allison tries to send it out to the slot. Gloved down there by Harrington, and the Sharks manage to just push it out with that fourth line finishing up.
Lindblom's got to be stronger out there, Dan. He's just really turning pucks over. You got to have more confidence. This is the National League, boy. You got to be able to play at any level out here. When you got that puck, you got to make things happen with it.
Vlasic makes a nice defensive stop at center ice and throws it across the rink. And from the blue line, Hurdle with 2 goals and 1 assist tonight. Backhands one in. Into the right corner of the Flyers zone, but it doesn't stay there long. Provorov put a nice pass to the middle, and the Flyers on the attack move in with Patrick Brown. He's in back behind the Sharks net, wins the battle with Vlasic to get the puck, and it comes to the corner. A centering feed was deflected away. That was Provorov breaking in from the point, hoping to get a shot.
That was LeBanc with a defensive play, Dan, so a message sent and maybe received here.
LeBanc grabs the rebound and lifts one out. We have seen the Sharks coaching staff react so quickly to things. I was talking to Drew Remender between periods in the check-in, Brett, and he said that Marc-Edouard Vlasic made that defensive play after Coach David Quinn talked about winning battles. And he went right out there and won that little battle in the play that you liked. Behind the goal line now, Sharks pick up. Barabanov chips to Couture, who just softly knocks it out of the zone to relieve some of the pressure. But the Flyers get the possession back now.
Yeah, Sharks going to have to start getting that puck in the offensive zone to make some things happen. As they just go offside, you can hear the whistle, but Flyers breaking the puck out too easily. You can't defend here for 20 minutes or at least the next 10 minutes and hope you're going to win a hockey game. You got to go out and win it. You got to earn it.
In today's NHL, there's no such thing as going into a defensive shell. You just can't do it.
Can't do it. Sharks going to have to find a way to earn it here. As you can see, the Flyers creeping back in shots on goal here. 26 now for the Sharks, 23 for the Flyers, and they've been dominating here last 5 minutes.
Erik Karlsson back on the ice, off the face-off. Good job by Svechnikov to get it back to the D. Megna and Karlsson combined to dump it deep. And Svechnikov is in there with Sturm against Ristolainen in the corner. The Sharks win that battle. Now falling down, Sturm got it over to Megna. Megna reverses the puck. Not the best decision. He had more time than he thought he had. And the Flyers will try to get it, but Svechnikov steals it away again. Nice little slip pass to the left. Here's Megna breaking in, throwing to the slot, and it's off the stick of Svechnikov on the give and go. And it went just wide. Broken stick for Svechnikov on the rebound. Can't make the play. Flyers will take over. So was that the slashing play by the Flyers or not?
I think it was Svechnikov trying to be aggressive with that. His stick just cracked in half.
Up the right side come the Sharks with Lawrence on the ice. Moving in there alongside his man Gadjevich. Gadjevich and Lawrence kind of grinding it out and killing the clock here a bit. It pops out in front after a scramble in the corner, but the Flyers scoop it up. Tippett chips it off the boards, race for it back in the Shark zone, and good job by Harrington to get back and get that icing call against Philadelphia with 9:05 to go in the third. The Sharks up 3-2. We want to remind everybody that every broadcast of Sharks hockey is right here on the Sharks Audio Network, regardless of where the Sharks are playing or against whom. Our next broadcast will be a New Year's Eve broadcast from Dallas. At 4:30 in the afternoon, we'll be on the air Pacific time just in time for your drive home from work. The Sharks and the Dallas Stars on New Year's Eve, beginning at 4:30 Pacific time. They're making some noise here at the tank. Is off the face-off, grabbed by the Flyers. They spin it around. Held in now, and the Sharks, Ferraro chipped it right to the Flyers. Sent out to center ice by Provorov. Couture got in the way of that and deflected it. Now it winds up getting tipped over the boards and into the benches. So Logan stopped what could have been an odd man rush there.
Yeah, but he had the puck earlier, Dan, and just turned the puck over. And I think Logan, he hasn't had a goal in 7 games, and you can see he's battling a little bit of the confidence right now, which can happen to the best of them, right? You just kind of go through those tough stretches during the course of the season. Logan's just going to have to fight his way through this little stretch of hockey.
The Sharks are grinding it out. They're up 3-2. 8:51 to go in the third. Back in a moment on the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
The Sharks believe in innovating to play at their peak, and so does Western Digital. That's why, even after more than 50 years of groundbreaking storage products and technologies, we're most excited about what's next. From gaming platforms to the public cloud, from connected cars to safer cities, from the desktops of Sharks fans to the data centers behind Fortune 500 companies, Western Digital services are fueling a brighter, smarter future. Western Digital. a proud official partner of your San Jose Sharks. Today, with so much uncertainty in our lives, it's understandable to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. But it's easy to check your stress and get help for your mental health with free resources from CalHope. Make a game plan by calling our warm line at 833-317-4673 or try our secure and confidential live chat today at calhope.org. CalHope, proud partner of the San Jose Sharks.
Hurdle poking at it in front. Barabanov scores!
From the electricity on the ice to the roar of the crowd in the stands, there's nothing quite like Sharks hockey, and this season you can be there live to cheer them on.
Absolutely spectacular goal by Erik Karlsson!
As the official ticketing partner of the San Jose Sharks in the NHL, Ticketmaster has you covered with the largest selection of seats at a wide variety of price points. So get off the couch and get into the stands. Grab great seats to see the Sharks today at Ticketmaster.com/Sharks.
We've got 8:51 remaining in the third period. Sharks 3 and the Flyers 2. Go-ahead goals scored in the opening minute of the third by Kevin Labanc, his 9th from Hurdle and Karlsson. Erik Karlsson getting to the 50-point mark with his second assist of the night. And Tomas Hurdle has a goal and 2. Here's a turnover. Flyers might have a chance here on the right wing side, but a little shot will whistle wide. Provorov kept it in. Now it's fed there by Farabee to Konechny. Here's trouble. Konechny trying to send it back to Farabee. Good block by Mario Ferraro to keep it away. Couture sends it up the boards and chipped out. Barabanov turning to the puck, but it rolled on him. So the Flyers get it deep. Kakkonen can't stop it in the trapezoid area, but Harrington got over to chip it over the forecheckers, and the Sharks lift it out and get a change here with 8:09 left in period number 3. The Sharks up 3-2.
What a job there by Harrington. Kind of had to weather the storm a couple of times for turnovers that the forwards did there on that. Timo Meier and Logan Couture, but then all 4 guys changed. He stayed out there, made sure they couldn't turn it right up while EK65 came out and helped him out. So nice shift there from Harrington. Even though it wasn't pretty on that line, he did some good things to get him out of that trouble.
Ever since Kevin Hayes got hit awkwardly in the neutral zone, I don't think I've seen him on the ice. Right now, Lawton, his normal center iceman, is out there. But no Kevin Hayes, you got Van Riemsdyk and Tippett instead.
He was out there, Dan, just that last shift. I saw him, so I think he's fine.
Missed a shift or two.
Either that or they changed that line, which could have happened.
Yeah, as I said, the changes have come for John Tortorella's team, and the Flyers have found some energy here. Down to the Sharks, 3-2. San Jose going back to the offensive zone to look for some more. Cleared back out by the Flyers. Šimek strides over across the ice from the right side of the D to the left to make sure he got the puck and get it deep. That's a good job there by Šimek. Cleared all the way down now by Philadelphia, and Šimek gets back to force the icing.
Good play by Šimek. You're right, Dan. Got from the right side over to the left. Keep that puck. At least drive it back in. Keep it down 200 feet from your own net. Never a bad play if you're under pressure. And they end up icing the puck, Philly, right after that. So now the Sharks get the 3 forward guys back out, or new guys out on the ice. Couture, Timo Meier, and Barabanov. And it looks like Quinn's leaning on this line a lot.
Couture tries to get the draw, and he wins it. Meier turns and shoots. It's high and wide. Rebound kept in by Šimek with a backhand chip. Couture in the corner, trying to center it. That's a good block by Rasmus Ristolainen. A couple of guys run into each other. That's Couture and Meier and Ristolainen. They're all down. Flyers use the chance to skate out. Here's Frost weaving to his left, across the line. Lead pass Cates. Drop pass for Frost near side. Back to the slot. There's a chance for Sealer, and he tried to shoot it. I think Meier got in front of that, got a little piece of it, and the Sharks able to clear it out. San Jose makes a quick change. They better hurry. Here comes Provorov and Frost moving in. Frost loses on the check there to Tomas Hurdle, and Hurdle with 2 goals powers his way to the puck. Gets a drop pass now back from Labanc. Hurdle across the line, holding onto it, feeding Labanc in the corner. Labanc now backhanding behind the net. Nieto knocks it down. Nieto actually reaches back with his skate to make sure he keeps it in his control, and now it's centered in front. It's off the skate of Hurdle, as the Flyers nearly gave it away there.
Oh, man, it was right to Hurdle. Nobody in front, just but him, and he just couldn't handle it, couldn't find it.
So the Flyers live to fight another day, but Konechny just lost it. Labanc steals it, and he puts it off the boards. A little soft one in deep. He's going to have to stay out there now. And so the Flyers able to pick back up and move into San Jose territory. Here's Kevin Hayes back out there. Hayes trying to drop it back. He's been under pressure from his coach this season as Hayes chipped to the near side. Carlson fighting for position there, going up against Konechny. Now one of the Sharks knocked down by Farabee. We've got an injured San Jose player and a stoppage, and the linesmen are going to get between Farabee and the Sharks here as we have Ray Tufts coming out onto the ice surface. And from this angle, I can't tell who it is. Is it Svechnikov?
No, it's Kevin Labanc.
It is Labanc.
And this is a bad hit as he gets driven in the boards. He is not moving. This is really scary right now.
Well, Ray Tufts is out there to attend to him. Kevin Labanc down.
Oh, there he is.
Face to the ice. Is he starting to move a bit? He is.
Oh, boy, I was sweating there momentarily, Dan. I hate seeing any player. I don't care who it is. When you get hit from behind into the boards and you can't defend yourself, and the weight of a hockey player coming in with speed here, as Farabee, terrible hit, boarding from behind, and I don't know if he's going to get ejected or not.
Did they call the penalty? That's the question. Here, let's get...
Penalty 86 is being assessed a 5-minute penalty. The play will now be reviewed.
Okay, so he gets a 5-minute major penalty. That'll be for boarding, but they're going to review it. This is part of the new procedure the NHL has, which I think is good.
I think it's really smart that they called the 5-minute major, allows them to go and take another look at it to get it right. But if they don't call it the major, they just call it boarding, it's a 2-minute, and they should have said, wow, it should have been a boarding afterwards, right?
Yep. It will be at least a 2-minute penalty here to Joel Farabee after that hard hit from behind on Kevin Labanc, who's now back and headed back to the Sharks bench with some help. We've got a break in the action. 5.5 to go in the third. Power play coming up for the Sharks. They're up 3-2. This is the San Jose Sharks Audio Network.
That SiriusXM is the destination for the best in podcasts. Get started on your 2023 resolutions with practical advice on life and personal finance on The Ramsey Show. Figure out the complicated world of money and relationships on This Is Uncomfortable. Learn how to start and run a business on the $100 MBA Show. And become a savvy investor with Money Girl's quick and dirty tips. Achieve your 2023 resolutions with SiriusXM podcasts. All are available now on the SXM app, included with all trials and popular plans.
Don't miss a second World Junior Hockey Championship. SiriusXM NHL Network Radio is your front row seat for all the action.
The gold medal is up for grabs, and the world comes together to battle it out.
Tune in as the best young players in the world take the ice in Halifax and Moncton.
Lafreniere swings Canada back in front, 5-4.
It's a holiday tradition not to miss.
Click to SiriusXM.ca/World Juniors for game times.
The biggest names in comedy. Check out Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM.
My dad, this guy's a lunatic. He ate a fortune cookie with a fortune in it. That's another level of psycho, man. My niece, 11, Layla, witnessed that. Blew her mind. Called me, said the story twice. I go, you already told me this. She goes, yeah, but are you not listening?
Bringing you Canada's best. Just for Laughs Canada on SiriusXM Channel 168.
The ruling from the referee about the boarding play on Farabee that was called a 5-minute major. They're giving him 5.
Upon further video review in the play, 86 Philadelphia has been assessed a minor penalty for boarding.
Okay, so Logan Couture comes over to have a chat with referee Gord Dwyer. Scott Lawton for the Flyers also engaged in the conversation. It was called a major penalty on the ice. That's smart because then that gives them the right to review it. They reviewed it. They decided it was not a major penalty. He gets 2. Sharks go on the Cache Creek power play.
Make them pay right here with a power play goal, Dan.
Sharks 3, Flyers 2. Here we go. 5.5 to play in the third. Time of that 14:27. Carlson with 2 assists. Throws it over to the left circle to Barabanov. Down low to Meyer. Back to the slot. There's a shot by Couture right on. That's a pad stop. Nice save by the goaltender Erson. Down the left side comes Konechny shorthanded. Tried to make the fancy move down the wing, but Barabanov came over to help out Erik Karlsson, and he puts Konechny into the boards. Yet that's effective penalty killing by Konechny as it continues to kill the Sharks' man advantage here. 5 minutes to play in the third. Sharks intercept the pass, and now it'll be Karlsson moving left to right. Chris crosses, then he circles back into his own zone, decided he didn't like what he saw. So AK-65 is now going to start to take off himself. He gets up to his own blue line, drops it back for Couture. Logan skates through center, across the line, tosses on the right for Hertl. 2 goals for Hertl tonight, makes the move on Provorov, lost it, and it'll be pushed back out by Brown and fed all the way down now by Philadelphia. Inside the Sharks' end, Karlsson lost the puck. Here's a chance, and it's an opportunity for Cates. I'm not sure if Kakinen got that, but it wound up going up over the glass and out of play from the left circle. A very close call. It's still 3-2 Sharks.
Tomas Hertl turns it over inside the blue line here, Dan, on the entry. A play that he should make 99 out of 100. He doesn't. Turns it over, goes back, and then he gets outworked in the far corner. That almost led to a goal against, shorthanded there, Dan. And that, well, you can see Erik Karlsson almost shaking his head at the situation. But, you know, his conditioning, I think for me, Hertl has to grind a little bit more in the conditioning room. I mean, he just really has to find a way because he seems to get tired very quickly. And when he gets tired, he really gets tired where he can't recover.
Well, here we go. Sharks on the power play from Cache Creek Casino Resort. 40 seconds remaining on that Farabee boarding call. 4:11 to play in the third. We have a 3-2 Sharks lead. San Jose scrambling in the right wing corner. The Flyers are content to hold it along the boards. No whistle. The clock continues to tick, and the crowd is getting a little impatient here at SAP Center. Flyers continue to hold it against the board. Still no whistle. And now finally we get a whistle as the Flyers doing a little pushing and shoving after the whistle there. That's Matt Nieto in there pushing and shoving with one of the Flyers, who are now starting to express some of their frustrations at being down in this game. Anthony DeAngelo in the middle of some of that, and a couple of others.
Well, if anything, it's given more time for the number one power play unit to rest here, and I think they're going to come back on the ice. That's exactly what's going to happen, is that wasting of time not only in the corner. Official finally blows the whistle as it was two Flyers basically pinned the puck up against the boards, just killing time. And as the three Sharks were trying to pound that thing loose, they just didn't. Finally, the Sharks, or the official, calls the whistle, and more time got killed in between the whistle to give the Sharks power play number one unit the time to get out there.
Face-off dropped. We're down to 3:52 remaining in the third. Inside the zone, Sharks throwing it around. Barabanov has it. He's got some time. 10 seconds left in the power play. Goes behind the net to Couture. Gets it back. Looks up to the point. That's Ferraro to Karlsson. Time almost done on the penalty here. As Couture tried a behind-the-back pass. It got deflected back. And now the Sharks turn it over. Meyer tried to get it back to Couture. Couldn't do it. The penalty is over. So the Flyers are still in this game. 3.5 to play in the third. It is 3-2 San Jose. No insurance just yet.
Konechny and Timo Meier, they've been going at it all night. They ran into each other right there at the blue line, and those guys went to the bench limping.
All right, back behind the Philly net. Bonino's not going to get it. Flyers deflected it back. And now it's taken back, moving into the offensive zone. Flyers looking for the play to the slot. That's a nice battle by Shimmick there, going up against Provorov. Right out in front of the goal.
Well, 2:51.
Actually, that's Sanheim. Sorry, Brad.
2:51 remaining here, Dan, and the Sharks got to go earn it. You know, they have to be more aggressive, own that puck when they've got the opportunity. They just can't play defenses. We're going to see a timeout now from the Philadelphia Flyers. One of their assistant coaches, I can't tell who it is, comes out with the whiteboard there trying to draw something up here for the Philadelphia Flyers in the offensive zone. They realize that they're still in this hockey game.
Is there Rocky Thompson over there?
It could be. It's hard for me to see from up here, but you know, now you got Ryan Warsawski making some calls here for the Sharks and behind their bench. But the Sharks really 27 shots on goal, Dan, through this period here. That's only 4 shots here in this period. And that's not good enough. You've got to go out and you've got to find a way to play better here for 2:51 where you own that puck. Every guy that steps over that board has to own it and want it.
Ryan Warsawski, a Calder Cup winning coach last year, is the head coach with the Chicago Wolves, directing what the Sharks are about to do on that dry erase board. And right now the Sharks are back out there. 3-2 San Jose. Kaapo Kähkönen takes the nets to our left. There is no goaltender in nets to our right. As Samuel Ersson, who's been pretty impressive for the most part in this game, is back on the bench for 6 attackers. Off the faceoff, here's Konechny shooting it. That's a block by Bonino. Konechny gets it back, though. Dishes to D'Angelo. Far side feed, whipped across the rink. Nice job there by Bonino to get the stick on that pass that was intended for Konechny, and it's out of play.
That's what you got to do if you're a 5-on-6 situation here with a goalie pull, Dan, is you got to make sure your stick is on the ice at all times. You got to have an active stick, so it's got to move both left and right. You got to make sure that passing lane isn't predictable. That's what Bonino did there. Got a stick on it and knocked it out of play.
Face off right side of Kaapo Kähkönen. Lawton wins the draw. D'Angelo dishes across the ice. There's Hayes shooting it. It's blocked in front, and Bonino tried to clear it out. Couldn't do it. But another play by D'Angelo was lost, and the Sharks poked to center. Barely.
Oh, man. Another play. Tomas Hertl just throws the puck to nobody. Just not looking. Somebody has to talk to him and let him know.
San Jose is able to lift one clear down the ice toward the empty net, but it's going to be way wide, and that'll be icing against the Sharks.
And Timo Meier, I mean, he's a power forward that has the ability to drive through people, and he's trying to score from the hash mark. He's just got to skate it out of pressure. I mean, he could literally take it from end to end if he wanted to.
Forget about the goal scoring streak. Just get it out of the zone.
Just make the right play. He ices it there, and nobody was around him, and they finally got that puck off that left side wall, Dan. And that's the one that, again, the guys have to communicate with one another down there.
Face-off drop, Flyers have it. They've got the extra skater on, and D'Angelo is very dangerous one-on-one. He walks into the corner for the Flyers. Back to Konechny, the shot, score! That was tipped in front. Konechny, again, tying the game with a clutch play. And I'm not sure who tipped it in front, but it is a 3-3 tie at 17:55 of the third, and Travis Konechny, the key to it.
Now it hurts even worse. It hurts worse, that play from Timo Meier on the left side, Dan, because now they score. And I think this goes off of Mario Ferraro, who tried to step in the lane. I think it hits off of his stick and gets by Kaapo Kähkönen here. I think Konechny's going to end up with the goal. And it's unfortunate that the Sharks now find themselves tied game here when they had this game in the bag at 3-1. But they got on their heels, and now it's a tie hockey game.
Okay, minute 59 to play in the third. Time of that goal, 17:55. That should be Konechny's second, his 17th of the season. But here come the Sharks moving back in. Logan Couture trying to stick handle around the defense. Could not do it. Provorov stripped him of the puck. Minute 44 left in the third. Both goaltenders back in their respective nets. And it's inside the Shark zone again. I don't like the way the ice has been tilted in the direction of Kähkönen here.
It's been terrible this period, Dan. They haven't earned it, and that's just not the way to play hockey.
Carlson tips it around the far boards. Couture had a man pursuing him, so he knocked it behind his net again. Vlasic and Carlson are out there defensively. So the Sharks going with a veteran combo here as they need to play well in their own zone. Now they're coming off. Sharks to center now with a minute 13 left in regulation. Put behind the goal line. There's Sturm with the puck, fighting Sanheim for it. Sturm worked it free. Svechnikov turns and shoots from the right side of the goal. That's a good pad save by Ersson. Rebound kept in. And stick handling in the corner there. The Sharks have it. They throw it back toward the point. That was Shimmick in deep, but Konechny deflected it, and it's out of the zone. Oh, no. Kähkönen, I thought, was going to put it into his own net, and then I thought he was going to give it away. Finally, the Sharks grab it. They throw it out to center ice. 43 seconds remaining in the game, and San Jose needs a change here. And they will put out the top guys to finish things off. 3-3 the score. Carlson on the ice, sends it off the boards. Hertl has it. He's got 2 goals. He's across the line. He holds the puck. Nowhere to go as he's checked. So he pushed it back to the neutral zone, and Carlson shoots one in. 23 seconds to play. Third period. 3-3 the score. Ristolainen sends it around the forecheckers, and Tippett, who's got a big goal, comes out to center. He's checked by Meier, but Tippett, falling down, was able to chip it all the way the length of the ice back behind the Sharks goal line. We've got 8 seconds left in regulation, and it looks like we're going to have overtime as Anthony D'Angelo walks behind his own net and seems content to wind up and shoot a long one toward the Sharks goal, but that was blocked by Mario Ferraro right at the Sharks blue line. And that's it for regulation. We've got overtime coming up. We'll be back with the score 3-3 on